Hello. Hello. Hello, everyone. And welcome to the Strimstream. I am your host, Strim and today I'd like to talk to you about decision making, specifically bad decisions. So, if you watched my stream last time, you know I was playing a bear. Bear Druid. Bear Druid is one of those things you might think about as being a bad decision. You know, it's sort of like eating that extra slice of pizza. You know, after you've already had 3 slices of pizza. Do you really need that 4th slice of pizza? You were happy with 3. You know, you played Wolf Druid, maybe with some fighter, maybe with some ranger. You're doing that weird dual wield single fighty thing, and you're like, that's good. Do you really need that 4th slice of pizza? Do you have to go back for that bear life? Maybe not. Well, today I'm going to talk about this because it turns out I made a bad decision. So the whole reason I was playing as a bear was so I would have access to past life druid. Is that good? Well, I'll tell ya, it is interesting whether it's good or not. I'm not entirely sure. What you have before you, that's right, what are these weapons? Are these weapons made purely of fire? That is correct. These are fiery weapons. Flame blades, to be exact. They're really cool. They're made of fire. They deal fire damage. But the most important thing is they scale up your wisdom. But why would that be important unless you were playing as a monk? That is correct. This character is a monk. I reincarnated out of a bear into a monk because I figured, well, if I'm already going to be, I'm already playing something that's not that good. I'm going to be turning into something that may or may not be that good. We're going to find out by doing it the most extreme way possible. The whole point of the build I'm doing right here is I wanted to go through the Hench and Mystic tree and see how good or bad it is. Keybolt, what does this do? It deals damage. Is this good or bad? You know? Incinerating Wave, what does Cauldron of Fire even look like? Do you guys know? I've never seen Cauldron of Fire. How am I supposed to know? So, what I decided to do, I'm gonna turn the music down just because I'm talking. What I decided to do is play Hench and Mystic Monk. Now, normally when you're playing a Hench and Mystic, you go, okay, I'm going to get quarterstaffs, because quarterstaff training. Look at the damage and the crit multiplier and critical threat range. Look at this, quarterstaffs gives universal spell power, regardless of what they do. Man, really good idea. Really cool character class going on here. But I was like, nah. Quarterstaffs don't scale off wisdom. They scale off strength. So I have to have strength to fuel my quarterstaff. Unless I had wisdom, fueling my melee, which would generate ki, which I can then use for my magic spells. It was a good idea. It seemed like it would work. But there's a couple pitfalls. So, number one, the biggest problem here, I will show you, that you run into when you're playing a character like this. The biggest problem is damage. Okay? So, I have Keybolt, this ability right here. It costs 5 ki. It deals a D6 fire and a D4 force per 2 monk levels. So that training dummy over there is about to get key-bolted. Yeah! For 36 damage, including a critical hit. I mean, 36 damage is okay. That's not the average. The average is a little bit less than that. It's about 30 going on right now. When I first got it, it was doing 8 damage. Now it's a little bit better, but when I got it at level 3, it did absolutely nothing. So this skill's basically pointless. I also run into this problem of because both my swords are fire damage, this actually doesn't do slashing, interestingly enough. I can hit this dummy, and you notice both these things are fire. It has fire and flaming burst. Which means if I fight any monsters that are resistant to fire, I do less damage. And if I fight any monsters that are immune to fire, I do 0 damage. And there's no way to circumvent this. I tried multiple things. If you use Fist of Iron, it does 3 times weapon damage, which is great. So I can go Fist of Iron, and I get, more damage. But it doesn't actually do a different type, so it doesn't get through. I thought Strike of the Enduring does 8 additional damage, so this would work. No, it doesn't work, because it just does 8 additional damage of your basic type. It doesn't add it. So the only way to get around creatures that are completely immune to fire is to try to use a different damage type, like Flowing Water Strike, which will deal bonus cold damage, or something else like that. Which pretty much means I can't fight any fire-type creatures. Yeah, they do fire damage. So, it's a problem. It's such a tremendous problem that any type of monster that has any resistance I can't do anything about. I thought about circumventing this with maybe getting an Artificer. If I have an Artificer with me, I can get them to enchant my weapon, right? If I have an Artificer cast adamantine weapons on, well now it's fire and adamantine, so now I could hit a creature that is completely immune to fire damage because it would also apply the adamantine tag. That is not the case either. It doesn't do that. Fire supersedes everything. So I do 0 damage to creatures that have fire, or immunity to fire. Now I thought this wouldn't be so bad because I could then generate ki, and then I use my water attack, like water flowing strike or storm strike to deal electric damage, and I would be able to kill these things slowly. But that's also not the case, because it turns out if you're playing a monk and you do 0 damage to a target, you don't generate any ki, which means you can't cast your abilities, so you just do 0 damage, and you'll never be able to kill the targets you want to. So, it's kinda bad. It doesn't entirely work, but it's fun. Any monsters that are weak to fire damage, so any ice monsters, die super fast because they take double. Even better, All-Consuming Flame, which is the Monk Fire Ki attack, causes your targets to take 10% more fire damage. That also works on your base melee damage because this is fire, so it just increases your melee by 10% on monsters that are susceptible to fire damage. So anything that's not immune, you do bonus damage, you can stack it up very easily, and because I have Fires of Purity, Adept Fires of Purity, and All-Consuming Flames, for a quick 30 ki combo, I can get out all 3 attacks for 10% more damage than they're normally doing, and then I can use my Breath of the Dragon. So if I go like, bam, 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 then I can use Breath of the Dragon. Oh, you can't do it in a public area. Oh, but it would be so much damage. I have a couple items to help facilitate this. Crafting was a good thing. I got myself a craftable trinket and put Fire Lore on it because I haven't been able to get a good item. Gives me 14% bonus fire crit. And then I have a chest piece that also gives me fire. Or fire spell power, and then I have a necklace that gives me impulse. The other big problem with having both my weapons be flame blades is that they're actually not items that I can equip, so they don't give me any stats. That's really bad. So all of those stats that you'd get, like your spellcasting stats, you don't get that when you have flame blade, which is what you substitute with alcohol. When life gets down on you, when you make some bad decisions, it has to be alcohol related. So we're going to do that. Try to work our way through these bad decisions. To try to make it a bit easier on myself, I have the charged gauntlets, which allow me, if I roll a crit, it does electric damage, so I can sort of circumvent the fact that I can't do fire damage. It's cool that these never break, so I can hit whatever I want. So that's interesting. But stuff like gray oozes are impossible. Impossible to deal with. Now, the most interesting thing is the feat choices. So, I'm dual wielding, so I have 2 weapon fighting here. Turns out, even though these are both scimitars, you do not need oversized 2-weapon fighting because these are technically weightless scimitars, even though they have a weight of 1 pound. So it's interesting. I don't know if you need weapon proficiency to use them. I didn't actually test it out, but I have it. I took martial weapon proficiency, scimitar, which also gave me hand axe. I don't know how that works. And then finally, a feat I took that I didn't think I was going to was magical training. So I took magical training, the feat, at level 6. And the reason I took this, it gives me 80 spell points, which I don't need. But most importantly, it gives me 5% spell critical hit chance. So now, my fire critical hit chance is 22%, with my force being 8. My fire critical hit chance affects largely my breath of fire, but it also works on my keybolt. So those 2 things together kind of works. Can I upgrade the flame blades? Yes, I can. The flame blades upgrade automatically. So when I hit level 5, it turns to a +2 flaming burst. When I hit level 10, it gets even stronger. Again at 15 and again at 20. So yeah, stats are decently good though. Like I've got good armor class, good saves. I'm relatively beefy. The only problem is if I run into a creature that's fire immune, I just don't do anything. That's what you have hirelings for, right? Like this one, Molin Kaskenflagon. Alrighty, so I'm going to start doing some quests here, so you can actually see how the build works. But before we do the quest, we're doing the weekly gold roll that I do every time on stream, so you can see how incredibly unlucky I am. If you wanted to win yourself 5 Potions Greater Heroes and 2,000 experience points just like I did last week, that's 2 weeks straight. That's right. You get the opportunity right now. If you want to win this, all you have to do is go to myaccount.turbine.com. Put in your password and stuff and log in and then swipe your credit card, bing, bang, boom. Pay Turbine $15 a month and congratulations, you're on your way to winning a very mediocre prize that could potentially be better if you rolled higher. I'm going to put these items here. I'm going to drink these potions. It's going to be great. No, I can't do fire caves that well. Actually, the first fire caves is not that bad. The second one's a bit more challenging. That's what I'm supposed to have friends for. So, today, yeah, we're gonna be... No one in my guild can come help me out. They're all offline right now. So we're going to be starting up with some level 4 quests, doing some fun stuff. We're going to start with the depths quests. I don't think there's anything wrong with those ones. I don't know. We're going to find out. The depths of despair. Level 4 elites. Depths. Put that up there, and I'm going to show you how the build works. It's fairly strong. The character doesn't take a lot of damage. I have a fair amount of life. I have a bunch of healing amp because I'm a monk, so I heal myself very easily. Also, the weird thing is I have 26 concentration at level 6, so that's a lot. That's a very high number for a level 6 character. Yeah, I have 9 ranks. And then I get a bunch from my enhancement tree. So I get 3 from Hench and Mystic. I'm going to get 3 as well from Ninja Spy. And I'm going to pick up another 3 from Shintao. So that's crazy. Concentration's really important. Keeps my stable key up, so, yeah. Monks are one of the more complicated classes. They're cool, though. It's wicked cool, but they're complicated. So, making it harder to play is not a good idea, which is why I'm doing exactly that, you know? You gotta push yourself to the limit. You gotta play the character nobody else would play, because then how would you know if it's good or not? You don't know if this is good or not. You could look to yourself and say, oh man, this character build's really bad. I'm not gonna play it. But are you sure it's bad? Can you confirm? You know? And I can confirm it has massive problems. I'm really, really tempted when I get to level, I believe level 10. I have this item in my backpack, the Staff of Inner Sight, which allows you to use Wisdom to damage as well, even though it's a quarterstaff, to hit and damage. I'm tempted to swap that item in and just play with that instead, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be a good or bad or not. But I'll show you once we get in here to this next dungeon after I talk to these guys, which takes like 10 hours, is where I'm going to drink beer while I do it. Oh yeah. So that's, you're going to see it, the legendary all-fire-based monk. Now, of course, to correspond with this, I do have my flaming crown. I have my red robe here, which has skulls on it to accent it, because when you're talking about fire, you're not talking about the flames of life, you're talking about the burning incineration, you know, that is a swift and horrible death. That's generally what goes along with that one. But I'll show you how this works. So, we fly around the corner. Hey, look, there's a spider doing some fire attacks. Bing, bang, bam. And spider's dead. And then there's an ooze over here. So, like, again, fire is okay. Do I split oozes? Oh, it's not slashing, so I don't split oozes. That's neato. I feel like I should know that. I don't know. And then somehow that ooze made a reflex save. I don't know how oozes make a reflex save. So here's the big problem, right? So I'm like, oh, look, I'm fighting these monsters. Oh, yeah, Hellhound. So 0 and immune is like a problem, right? So that's what Molin Caskin Flagon is for. He's here to kill stuff for me because I just can't. Now, of course, I can use my Flowing Water Strike, but that doesn't generate any ki. I do regenerate 1 ki every 6 seconds. So in like 2 hours I can kill it. But if it wasn't for Molin Caskin Flagon, I would be doing 0 damage to this monster. Hey. Welcome. I'm inside Depths of Despair. Now, what I thought would work, potentially, was if... I gotta show you these. Welcome. I'm inside Depths of Despair. What I thought could work, potentially, would be using this, the all-consuming flame. I thought if I make a guy more vulnerable, increase their vulnerability by 10%, that would allow me to then all of a sudden hit the monster. Deal damage. It doesn't work. Oh god, a gray ooze. Oh no. Oh, get him, Molin. Yeah, you get him. Good boy. Good boy, Molin. I can hit this violet slime, though. I can be like, hit him for 53. Now, the Burning Hands is actually pretty nice, because it's area of effect. So, assuming I'm fighting these monsters like this shaman, and I'm pulling out, you know, all my fire... Oh, more hellhounds. It's just depressing, man. I can't... I can hit there and click it, though. I can do, like, my 0 damage. I don't know. Like, it's interesting, you know? It doesn't happen very often. There's a reason why playing a fire source is really bad. Not just because, like, it seems bad, but it's also, like, just tragically terrible. So, it comes with the caveat that most monsters in the game are going to be immune to fire. Oh, Burning Hands. Like, being able to Burning Hands whenever I feel like it for 100 is kind of good. Yeah, if you thought Fire Sorcerer was bad, you haven't played Pure Fire Monk yet. That's way worse. Because at least Fire Sorcerer, you could be like, oh, I'm gonna throw Magic Missile on the side. I guess I have Keybolt. This does do force damage, but it's not really a good idea. It's an idea. Again, which is kind of why I'm playing it. Oh, geez, I just realized I'm supposed to be on passive because I'm waiting for guys to get in. Alright, I'll just kill all these extra guys and then run in circles. Everyone's inside. Cool, I'm gonna finish now that everybody's in. Bam. So my single target damage is actually not that bad. Can I do Jazz Hands? I can't. This character, you know, I got the fire, I got the spark, but I can't do Jazz Hands on this character. Alright. So we're gonna move into the next part. Now the trick to this character is you kind of just pray for no Grey Oozes. You kind of just think to yourself, no Grey Ooze, no Grey Ooze. Well, if you can't tell by the title, which should say something about being a bad build, where's this? Where's my True Seeing item? Oh, that's my True Seeing item. Sorry. There we go. Now, this also comes with another couple caveats. So, one thing I wanted to do was use this character also to deal stunning blows and things, because, you know, all the monk attacks are based off wisdom, right? So Stunning Fist is based off wisdom, that kind of thing. That doesn't work, actually, because you can't use Stunning Fist while you're wielding swords. Now, I didn't know that. I thought it would be like, because I never played a monk before this, I thought it would be like, you know, pen and paper monk, where, like, you know, unarmed fighting can involve, like, you can do it with your hands full. You can kick guys in the face, you can knee them in the face, you can use your toes to get your toes into their face. So I thought you could do that in this game. Turns out you can't. If you don't have a... it's out of range. I'm still learning the range on that. What happened to the druid? I had to stop playing. Oh god. Okay, this is what the hireling is for. Get him, hireling. Get him, Molin. Yeah, go Molin. Yeah, you fight that ooze. Ugh, I'll give moral support. Yeah, go moral support. Get him, everybody. Good job, team. Good job. I had to sub out. I had to sub out the druid, you know? I had to play something worse. I was playing the druid, and it was actually kind of good. The bear druid. I was actually having fun playing the game. Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. I had to get rid of that right away. So instead, we're playing whatever this is. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not really saying much. I mean, I can fire flame guys for like 80 damage. That's kind of cool. They can, unless you use a barbarian ability to do it, at which point that doesn't work anymore. Very interestingly enough, if you use any barbarian melee attack, all the new barbarian melee attacks are coded to use your main hand weapon, and not to use your, like, your natural attack. So, because I'm not using a weapon, rust monsters just turn to dust. So you could call them dust monsters. Oh, I'm too funny. Yeah, I just need to be able to generate ki more reliably. I feel like I'm always at a ki, and if I'm just like kind of running around and fighting stuff, like I said, the fortunate thing is when I fight any kind of boss, I can use all-consuming flame on them, so I can just deal bonus melee damage because it applies to all of my melee attacks. And because I'm using these count as scimitars, I crit relatively often, so the damage does get pretty high single target. Plus, my chance to hit's really good because it's based entirely off of wisdom. See a build for a new... I love to see a build for a new play for the druid from you. It would be amazing. I've been trying to play with the ranger build. Well, I'm glad you've been trying to play with the ranger build, although the ranger build's like really, really, really good. I don't know if I can like match that. Oh, this guy's gonna kill me. I'm gonna die to Gribik Snarlfang right here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going down. Oh man, I one-shot that hobgoblin. That's what I'm talking about. Come back here. Come back here, Gribik. Gribik, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. So now I've got, what? Climbing a ladder gets rid of my... Oh, man. I did not realize that climbing a ladder would get rid of my bonus. So what I can do, because I'm a Henshin Mystic, is I can go like pew-pew lasers, and I can shoot lasers at the cleric. Again, this ability does no damage. So this is completely specialized, by the way. I'm 100% specialized. I have both spell power and crit items for both fire and impulse, or your force damage. So I'm maxing out the damage that I deal. And by maxing out my damage, pew, there's 15 hits, or 15 damage with Keybolt. Very disappointing. I don't know what to do. Damage is like insanely low. There's no like magical button I can press to increase that damage. I wish there was. Because I just wanted to know how it would be. Oh, jeez. Alright, for this first part, I'm gonna melee fist it. Because I'd want to use the fire weapons, but just because this entire first segment is oozes, I'm just going to punch guys. And when you're punching guys, that's when you use the good balance fists of light. Yeah, I could do a new player druid guide. The problem is, I don't know druid that well. Like, I know bear druid pretty well now, but the problem is I don't want a new player to play bear druid. I really don't want a new player to play bear druid. That's like at the bottom of the list of things I would like to see new players playing. Mostly because bear druid's one of those things that's like not, I think is like the best showcase. New player friendly and endgame viable and soloable. Yeah, I don't know enough about druid. It was really easy to make the guide for non-druid, so for ranger, because ranger's really overpowered. I don't know how to do it for druid. I wouldn't know where to start. Ooh, take that, wolves. Yeah, 100 damage. As I said, being able to burst out 100 damage quickly is kind of nice. Is it worth it to throw away all your extra stats and everything that makes your character kind of semi-decent? Probably not, but don't worry about that. Oh man, bad builds and bad decisions, guys. Like I said, it's fun to play. I like having the cool options. I like being able to get the abilities. I think the biggest problem with Henshin Mystic is because it's exclusively fire and force based. Like when I get Void Strike, I won't care anymore because I can just Void Strike stuff down. I generate lots of ki and I just slam guys with Void Strike constantly. I just can't do that yet. Although, trolls, look at the damage. Oh, go regenerate somewhere else, son. Last troll. 155 damage with my Burning Hands. Well, not Burning Hands, Breath of the Dragon. The fortunate thing about Breath of the Dragon is it's because all finishing moves are 10 plus monk level, not half. Plus my wisdom, and my wisdom is hilarious. Right now the DC is somewhere in like 26 or 27, so it's almost impossible for guys to save. Doesn't mean they don't save. Monsters save all the time, but it's more difficult. I am having a couple of issues with this build as well, in the sense that, well, I don't have any physical resistance rating. That kind of sucks. So which means guys hit you, when they actually get through your armor class and your dodge, you just take a bunch of damage. I don't have a way around that. Yeah, 107. That's what I'm talking about. Now what is cool is you can pretty much bypass any damage reduction based on slashing or bludgeoning or anything like that. So these earth elementals, normally they have damage reduction against pretty much all melee or physical attacks. But because I'm fire, I don't care. I don't care about that. I just bypass all that silly damage reduction nonsense. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. There is a good substitute for the Silver Longbow, but it's a pay-to-play quest. The Bow of Sinew is the one that's... Wow, all of these made their reflex save. Maybe the reflex save isn't as good as I thought, or maybe it's bugged to be not as good. Also, I'm getting trucked by this Wraith. That hurts. I don't know what to think about that. I'm sorry to hear that you can't find the Silver Longbow. It is really good. I happen to have a spare one. If you're on Galanda, I'll give you one. Every time I run that, I don't get a Silver Longbow, but if I get one, I kind of like keep it just in case. Yeah. If you can do the missing chain in the harbor, it's a difficult chain for sure. You can do it with the Ranger build though. I recommend playing with friends if you have the option, but if you don't, you can solo that. No! My saves are supposed to be good. No. Anyway, knock down his fire resistance, deal bonus fire damage. Get the AoE fire, and get locked up in the earth grab. But that's what you have teams for. So yeah, I recommend doing the missing chain. Missing chains, it's a lot of fun. It's just one of the coolest quests because the dialogue is really cool. Somebody actually posted on the subreddit right before I started doing the stream right here. Somebody posted a link to all the sound effects, all the narration from the last quest. If you haven't done it, I recommend you go listen to it, just because it's really cool. And then also go do the quest. If that incentivizes you to go buy the quest pack, highly recommend you do it. It's just a cool quest. Or quest series. Fire damage. Yeah. I just need better ways to generate ki. I think this is one of those builds that's going to keep ramping up and getting better and better as I level up. Like, it doesn't go up linearly, it goes up exponentially. When I get access to more different types of punches, as my damage starts to scale harder, it's interesting because the Breath of the Dragon is a d6 damage per monk level. So my little fire AoE effect, it doesn't do that much damage right now, but it has 2 sets of scaling. The damage on it goes up per level, and I can then increase that damage with spell power, which I will get more of as I go up in level. So I have 2 things that are scaling at the same time. So it's not really linearly, it's more like more than linearly. There's a word for that. I don't know what that word is. I'm not even gonna try. Anything I could talk to you about getting a build of new player together, Druid. The problem is, I don't know enough about Druid. Druid's one of those, oh man! The problem with new player and Druid is that would be assumed that the new player has bought the pack. If I was to recommend a build for new players, like a Druid build, I would definitely recommend like a caster Druid over like a melee. The issue is melee is heavily dependent on the type of weapon that you have, whereas caster isn't really. Caster is just dependent on like, oh, do you have the ability to hit the keyboard good and deal the damages. And jump across here. Collinear. Is that the one? I didn't do math I haven't done math in like years. Oh man. Actually, my worst class was linear algebra for sure. I did lots of other stuff. I was decent at my stats and my calculus, but not my linear algebra. Yeah. Scimitars are a cool weapon. They suffer from this horrible problem though, where they deal a d6 damage. Oh no! We got him! Yeah. They suffer the problem where they deal a d6 base damage, which doesn't scale very hard, and they're only a ×2 critical hit, so even though they have that expanded threat range, they're not as good as something that has, like, a better critical threat range, if that makes any sense. Die, bastard, you're on fire! Majoring in applied mathematics, well that's great! I also had a friend who did unemployable math in university. I don't remember. The reason I say I had a friend is because we hung out when we were in school, and then I don't entirely remember what happened to him. Should probably reconnect and figure that one out. I did not do unemployable math though, so I'm not gonna say I did anything better or more important. I do like that the cleric is like not healing the guy that's on the ground. Dude, heal the guy that's at -9! I'm sorry, dude. I kept clicking for the cleric to heal you, but it just didn't want to. I don't know what that was about. Alright. We're gonna turn this off. Yeah, sometimes hirelings are weird like that. I don't know. I don't have the same. I don't know. I guess maybe. Whoa! What did Papinatron die to? Holy cow, he's at minus 86. Oh, I see. That's what he died to. Can I fight this? Let's find out. No, probably not. I'm doing fine so far. Oh, unless I get critically hit, then I can't do it. Alright, there we go. Pick everybody up. Again, the big problem with this character is because I have 3 physical resistance rating and 0 magical resistance rating, and I'm not going to be an Earth stance, which means I have no way to generate physical resistance rating. I don't know how this character is going to survive any physical attacks. I have yet to figure that one out. That's a complete mystery to me. Like, I'm at 41 armor class, which is not so bad. But, I don't know. Like, 41 armor class is good, and 13% dodge is good. But apparently it's not enough to, like, not get completely smooshed by ogres. So when they do their combo, they're still going to hit me all 3 times. And I'm still going to die. That's the problem with, like, percent avoidances as opposed to flat reduction. Flat reduction is very reliable because you can determine exactly how much damage you're going to take less on every single strike. But with, you know, percent chance to dodge, you can't do that. And unless you have a way to bounce back on that health, so like a quick heal or something like that, it's really bad to have those percent chance to dodge things. So, like, to give you an example, if I'm playing a cleric, I could handle having, like, high evasion, because I get hit, I cast a quick and heal spell. You know, I can get that health back. So if I get hit 1 in 5 times, on that hit or that time where I get hit, you know, that 1 in 5, I can then heal that back right away and not be dead. Whereas that's not the case if you're playing a character like me. I can't fix that. A heavy bard lead guitarist looking for a good axe. There is actually a pretty good axe. The Moon Howl axe is very good. It drops out of, 63 combustion for level 7. I like that. I'm going to pick that one up and save that for level 7. Those are weapons. I don't want those. Tales of Valor. Yeah, if you want to get the Moon Howl axe. Spell sight 6. Even better, and it gives +3 to will saves? Gimme. Oh, what happened? Here we go. So it gives me 1% bonus spell damage, that's what I'm talking about. The Moon Howl Axe, which drops from, there's a bard, I can't remember what his name is. Something Moon Howl or some, like, Moon Howler? Anyway, it's a bugbear in Three Barrel Cove. You kill him, he's a bard, he has a big, sitar on his back. And if there's like that 1% drop chance, I probably killed this guy like 200 million times, okay? I got one, ever. The Moon Howl Great Axe. Really cool weapon. The reason why it's even cooler than such a regular weapon, it's a great club, it's not actually an axe, but it looks like a guitar. Also, it doesn't use strength. It uses charisma, both to hit and to damage. It even has a socket. Highly recommend it. 300% healing amp and Cure Serious Wound Pots. It's like 150 recovery, basically all the HP a monk will have endgame anyway. 300% healing amp. You think a Cure Serious Wound Pot's going to do 150? My friend, you're thinking it's going to do maybe 60 at best. If I could get a potion to do 150 healing amp, I'm golden. That'd be the best thing ever. But that's never going to happen. Check it. Look at me, I'm a monk. I got 60. Boom, pop a healing pot, 32. Because the base is about 20. Like, the average is going to be about around 20 health. There's no way I'm going to be getting 150. It probably is. There's tons of references. There's tons of references in this game. No, Mullen, Caskin flagging. I'm trying to save you. Exactly, that's why it's called an axe. It looks like a guitar, because it's an axe. Cool weapon. Wow, there's so many champions in this group. And that's when we do the burning hands thing. It goes across the whole group. That's the kind of nice thing. I can kind of skirt the outside and go around the casters. Just kind of weaken them. Build up to my finisher, my combo. then boom, get the combo going. 101 damage on this bugbear. I don't know how much health he has, but because I can kind of skirt groups and crowds like that and kind of manipulate monsters to my advantage, I can make it so that the melee can't hit me, and you know, and always be on the right side. Flame swords work. Yeah, they work great. Look how much damage I'm doing. Do you see how much damage I was doing? I was like talking. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. So if you ever find a champion that's like resistant to fire damage, your flame swords don't do. Oh god, your flame swords don't work so good anymore because you run into this big problem where Raven Enfeeblement and cause fear all at the same time. Okay, apparently I may only perform. Oh, because I'm Raven Enfeebled and I'm not centered because my strength is too low. If I get Raven Enfeeblement, my strength is too low, and I don't count as centered. That's good to know. Oh god. And drinking a potion resets my combo! Oh, cool! So if I get hit with Raven Enfeeblement, I have to get rid of it because the cleric doesn't know I'm enfeebled, and to get rid of it, it breaks the combo. Man. Monks are terrible. I do not know why anybody plays monks. Holy moly. Like, you can't combo if you potion. And if you don't want to be weaving healing key into your combo, I don't know what to do. Said you're unsure if it was going to work the build in your first yard. It's only because my strength is too low. That's the thing. Like, if my strength wasn't so low, it wouldn't be such a problem that, like, I'd, lose a bit of strength. But my strength is not that high to start out with. So, because my strength is not that high, I think I started with, like, a 14. So it should be like a 14 right now. Oh, well. Yeah, what am I at? Oh, 19 strength. Never mind. My strength is a 19. But I get overburdened if I lose strength. Isn't there stressed? Yeah, there is. Rename Monkbane. So yeah, it kind of works. It doesn't entirely work, but I like the idea behind it, That I'm like a guy who uses like fire abilities and has fire swords. It's all fire-based. Again, it's like, oh, I thought my auto-run stopped working. It's just lag. I don't know how to make this good, which is kind of like the problem I'm having. I don't know what to do to make it good. Like, if Dink's over here, oh, he's a champion. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. He's a champion with absorbed fire. I don't know what to do. I don't think I can kill Dinks. I honestly think I can't kill him. What do we do? Okay, let's try to pull everything around Dinks. Let's hit the Witch Doctor. Pull him over here. Alright, so we've got the Warg. We're using the trees to block the ranged. Then we get the guy far enough out. Boom. One down. So we need some kind of, like, wicked stun on Dinks. I don't have any stun attacks, though. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Alright, I think, hey. Welcome. Oh, Papinatron's gonna get smooshed like a bug. Fortunately, there is a shrine here. So if I hit him with the vulnerability, he does get a little bit more vulnerable. Oh, I can actually hit him. Oh, I'm actually doing a fair bit of damage. Gotta dodge. That's what I'm talking about. Oh god, those hits. Okay, I'll focus on the Warg. Perfect. I know, I'll use ranged! Genius! Oh, take this, Dinks. What are you gonna do? Boom. See that? Keybolt, coming in handy. You gotta use everything to your advantage when you're playing a character like this. Are you going to do the Arcane Archer Cleric in a future life? God, I really want to. The problem with the Arcane Archer Cleric is it's heavily dependent on, like, other players. Which is, like, very problematic, because I don't like being dependent on other people. I like working and playing with other people. Like, to make sure this is, like, not, like, you don't get confused. I like playing with other... I'm not centered. Ah! What, you mean this? Keybolt? Yeah. See that? That's Keybolt, everybody. An ability you've never seen before. It's awesome. It's bad, but it's kind of neat. It's nifty, It's a nifty spell-like ability. I don't know if it works with Maximize or Empower. I wasn't able to test it. Turns out you can't take Maximize or Empower when you're playing a monk. You have to be a spellcasting class. And I'm not a spellcasting class. It's just disappointing, Alright. Ogres, just dodge that. Clump your guys, do some... Ooh! See, that's the thing. The Burning Hands' effect is almost worth it, because when it actually does get off, like when I can use it on like a couple guys, dealing a few hundred damage over like 3 characters, or like doing 300 damage over 3 characters, like 100, 150, and 50, it's not bad. That's a good effect. Is it worth it to play like this weird melee monk who can't defend himself? Probably not. Oh, I never talked to that guy. Whoopsie. Yeah, Keybolt. Oh god, there's more guys here. And the Hobgoblin Witch Doctor. Goodbye. Goodbye? The problem is the ability I want to use the most, which is this one, Fist of Iron. Fist of Iron is a earth attack, which doesn't give me my fire damage. Because the only attack I can use if I want to get a damaging finisher is fire, it really limits what I can actually do. Okay, good. He's not resistant to fire damage. So we're going to pull out just the Hobgoblin Slayer. Alright. This hurts. Use the fire effect. Oh, he was just out of range. No, come back. Perfect. What are you doing on my beach? Your timeshare. Oh, God. Oh, this guy's weak to fire. So this champion over here is weak to fire. When that stuff happens, oh, God, I'm dead. Oh, get up. Get up. Oh, God. When he's weak to fire, we do horrendous amounts of damage. Unless he makes his reflex save, at which point we don't do horrendous amounts of damage. No. Get bent. Rave Enfeeblement. Drink a potion. Ugh. It's not easy, like some other characters might end up being at some point. See, that's the thing. I'm talking about visceral combat. This is a game where you really got to use everything your character has to offer. What, do I have this Keybolt that does 8 damage at ranged? That has a huge resource cost? Well, don't worry, I'm going to use it because it's opportunistic. Look, I took out that Kobold's health. 2 hits, dead. Killed him in 2 hits. Yeah, kill the Kobold at level 6 in 2 hits, from ranged. So, you guys can all bow down to me now, because now you see like the actual true strength of the build. Additionally, it counts as a fire key attack, which is kind of convenient. So it builds up to your fire finisher. Oh, Rave Enfeeblement. I can't even force the cleric to get rid of that on me either. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to fix that problem. I can't, like, get resistance to necromancy spells yet. Oh, shit, Papinatron's dying. What happened? Oh, okay. Well, we'll bring him to a shrine soon. I didn't even see that. Oh, man, I feel so bad. I should be paying more attention. I should be doing the Secret Service job, you know? I'm a monk. I should be coming with my fire swords, throw one of my fire swords at a guy. The problem is, the second you let go of it, it disappears. So... Like I said, the damage isn't bad. The big problem is I'm not tanky at all, which means I take a lot of damage. I don't have, like, too much dodge chance. I think I'm at... Wait, aren't I at 17, though? 40 armor class and, oh, 11% dodge. So it's kind of important. It's a bit different. Powder kegs. So we come over here. We have the Soul Stone of Papinatron. Now, I don't know what's going to happen if I drop this. If I drop this, I get to keep my monk finisher, which is cool. Which means I can come back out here and kill that guy. Oh, he's being taken down by the ranger. Cool. So we talk to Stain Tusk, talk to Mad Ann, and then we've talked to them. We can just finish the rest of the quest and kill everybody. So yeah, it's not very good. I have a lot of bad build ideas. The cleric, the Arcane Archer cleric's an interesting one. The whole concept behind it is similar to this. It's purely wisdom based, but the idea is that instead of actually doing damage with that wisdom, like this character plans to do, you don't do any damage with your wisdom. Instead, you use your extremely high wisdom to use Arcane Archer from the elf tree. So even though you're a cleric, you can go deep into Arcane Archer, and you take paralyzing arrows. So that way, you can be paralyzing monsters, and then you spend the rest of your points in the Radiant Servant tree, so you're capable of healing and buffing and protecting your allies. So it's an interesting idea. Bad idea. Interesting idea though. It's like a true support class. You're the backline. You're the backline, you're the healer, and you do a bunch of damage. Is this actually working? There we go. I'm gonna get off this boat, because it's gonna blow! Oh, there's already some kind of explosion over here. What the heck was that? Anyways, eventually this boat's gonna explode. Well, the boat... I guess the boat exploded. I've never seen that before. Usually that actually explodes. I don't know why that just kind of fell apart like that. Maybe that's a new thing that I'm not familiar with. Oh god, that's 2 Slayers. Oh, and this Slayer has something awful. Extra fortification. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, he hit me once. I'm dodging Yar though. Going for the AoE attack. That's the nice thing about having a little bit more damage. Because I'm exclusively damage focused, I can actually, you know, kind of almost out DPS a single target monster, like a single monster. Although it's very important for me to like consistently hit them, which this character doesn't entirely do. Because I can't buff the weapons! They're only +2s. And then at level 10 they'll become +3s. Ah. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. But I'm having fun. That's the most important part. Even if you have a build idea, if it may not be the best build you've ever come up with, just play it and give it a shot. Because if it's fun, that's more important than it being the best build. I mean, I say that, but I also like playing the best builds. I don't know. I'm not sure which part of my brain is supposed to win out there. Oh, I'm not overburdened. That's what I'm talking about. But I am afraid. I do like rolling those 1s, though. Yeah, rolled a 3. Success. The best part is that success, if you're trying to make a fear save, and you're already afraid, you have like a huge minus to do so. Oh, I have to go talk to Stain Tusk now. I need some like high energy music here. Yeah. High energy music. Because I'm low energy today. I don't know why I'm low energy. I think it's largely because I played this game all day. Cool. What's next? I played this game all day. I was leveling a Warlock. I could be playing that. That was a lot of fun. Going from like something super easy to something that's like slightly harder is an interesting idea. Proof is in the poison. Next. I'm gonna assume Mishy's not coming back. If he does come back, he can rejoin the group. I have no problem letting him back in. Proof is in the poison. Yeah. See, the problem with this is I get all these weapons, right? Look at all these weapons I can't use because my hands are full with fire. I'm on fire! And I can't use any of that fire. At least not effectively. It's really disappointing. Look at this cool concept. I'm definitely going to try this again. I really want to get this Harbinger of Nature's Wrath thing to actually work, where I can summon flaming swords. I feel like it might be really good if I'm playing like a cleric or something, you know? Like, what if I'm playing like a cleric, or if I'm playing a favorite soul, and you're just using it as your weapon to get past? Like, if you say you're playing like a caster favorite soul life, you can't really melee so good if you're trying to go full caster. You can't melee so good if you're trying to play full caster. So having a weapon that scales up your caster stats in the early game seems like it's a pretty good idea. I'm going to quickly buy a new cleric, a slightly higher level one, so it's a little bit better for the team. Is this still up? Yeah. So I mean, it's a cool concept. I like that the option is there. Is it actually good? No. But shh, don't tell anybody. You know, they don't need to know. Excuse me. Oh well, we're gonna do some of the harder quests. I don't think there's any Grey Oozes in this quest actually, so it should be fine. Any quest where there's no monsters that are immune to fire, I generally like. The big issue with this quest is it has guys that cast Magic Missile and a lot of ranged guys. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not actually that good against ranged, and I don't have a way to fix that. Because even though I get like crazy ranged attacks, I don't really get them to level 12. It's like my wave of fire attack and other stuff. I don't get those till like way later. So like I have to go like jump on this caster right away. Yeah, but the AoE though. The AoE. I'm like slippery, you know what I'm saying? Unless this guy has fire resistance. Ah! And I only do 17 damage. Oh my god. Oh god. Alright. Oh, I See, you can fire breath down the second ones. That's cool. So yeah, it's not so bad, but whenever champions have fire resistance, that's also a huge problem. I don't know how to fix that. I kind of have like a solution. So the actual monk tree itself gives like fire penetration, so you can penetrate fire resistance, which is a really cool concept. Oh, gotta go upstairs. Fire penetration is a great concept because it means I can, like, if a guy has resistance right here, I think at the total I get 12 fire penetration. So great, but it doesn't work on my melee attacks. It only works on my spells. So, my camera keeps going straight up for some reason. I think it'll work a bit better when I have more passive key regeneration. When I get to epic levels, this character is going to have 3 passive key regeneration. Oh, man. Oh man, this cleric's like such a man. He doesn't care. I just call him to me, and then instead of him actually running to me or healing me or anything, he's like, no. There's an invisible guy right here, guys. I'm gonna take him down. Oh yeah. So again, this isn't the bear character, you know. It's not like you get this opportunity to see this incredible build that shouldn't work, but it does. Instead, you're seeing the opposite. You're seeing the little train that kind of, sort of could, that nobody was really rooting for. I don't know. See, in my mind, this character to me is like Rudy, the movie. Or was it called Rudy, or was that just the main character? The one where Rudy, the guy goes to play for the football team, and then he gets to play in like the last game when it doesn't matter. And I'm like, well, does the whole movie really matter? Is it like, if you work really hard, then you get to live your dreams, but your dreams are only that, you know, somebody is going to humor your dreams, and you don't actually get to do the thing you wanted to do, and that you can't really achieve everything, but if you try hard enough, then people will feel bad for you? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a pessimist and an angry person. Well, that's not a maybe. Those are both true things, but I never understood that movie. No, don't go away. Oh, all the spiders ran away. It's really hard to see the actual cone range. I kind of wish the range on the Breath of the Dragon was a bit bigger. Like, if it kind of casted more like Scorch does, I'd be really happy about that if the animation was a bit better, because it's really hard to work with. Also, for some reason, every time I click to turn with the mouse, my camera starts looking straight up. It's just, like, disorienting. It's, like, confusing. Oh, hey, we got a spider, though. Whoa. Oh, no, I rolled a 1. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. Take this Woth. Take 54 extra damage. It's not super worth it when you're fighting only one target. I'm kind of hoping that the wave of flame, the incineration wave, it's supposed to look really cool, which is like one of the most important things in my book, like looking really cool. So let's see if that actually works. Oh, regeneration. I forgot I have a regenerative cloak. Yeah, so 75 damage for like an action. It doesn't really cost me anything because it regenerates. Yeah. Like I sit down and I crunch the numbers and like what my damage will be, and because I can get actually like a really high wisdom, because I get a lot from the stance, I get a lot from the individual monk trees. My character actually does have like a reasonably high top end damage. I just have to get there first. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will tell you that it's not about the destination. It's about the journey, right? That's not true with this character. Maybe with monks in general, like, oh man, could you imagine if I had a quarterstaff? If I had a quarterstaff right now, I'd have +6 damage on every attack with quarterstaffs. That would be so good. That would be awesome, because I'd just be running around quarterstaffing people. Knocking people over, knocking people up, if you know what I'm saying, with my quarterstaff. But unfortunately, it just there's like some moron who decided to make a completely different character that's significantly less effective. Do you guys have any bad character build ideas? Because I could talk about mines for days. I have like at least 3 more bad character builds, like just sitting in my brain that I have yet to make, and I will be making. Don't worry, this character is all about like bad character builds. I reincarnate from one bad build to another. But do you guys have any specific like bad character builds that you already have in mind? Is there anything that you've actually thought of and been like, you know what, I kind of want to try this out. I wonder if this works. Because almost every bad character build starts with, I wonder if, and then, you know, you could, oh, what? No! How did the grease get up here? I'm on a crate! What? Ah! I don't know how to hit that guy. Because I'd love to hear about other people's bad character builds. I know enough about my own. Whether it's like, I really want to try to make a barbarian. A ranged barbarian who gets really angry and shoots bow shots. The problem is they only get melee power from their trees, and I really don't want to make an elf barbarian. I have this like weird tank favored soul build in mind, which is probably bad, but I can't tell if it's bad. It's like a favored soul with 5 levels of fighter or paladin, and you go to the top of the defender tree and use the rest of your mana for healing. And you have to make sure you're a purple dragon knight, of course, so that way you can get charisma to hit and damage with melee weapons. It's all about maximizing those stats. What other awful builds do I have? I did the Mega Man X build. That was actually good, and the bear build was actually good. I do like that the game gives you the option, if you want to completely ruin your character and make something terrible, you can do that. A lot of other games out there, they're just kind of like, oh, you play as a character, and the stats are already chosen for you, things like that. So they're like pseudo-customizable games. It's sort of like if you look at any of those old Elder Scrolls games, you can totally customize your character to a point, but then there also becomes a point where eventually, if you play the game long enough, your character's good at everything, right? That's not quite... I mean, it's kind of similar. You are kind of good at everything if you play this game long enough. Welcome. We are inside the quest.
Be there in a second.
Like, if you play, I don't know, 10 years of this game, and you've reincarnated as everything, so you have plus 1,000,000 to all your stats. Like, the nice thing about doing a monk life, it means I'll get +1 base damage on all my attacks and all future characters. So it just makes it easier to play in melee. I wouldn't say better, but easier. What I would love to do is I kind of want to do like 3 ranger lives. That's the wrong number. 3 ranger lives, and then afterwards do 3 monk lives. So you got that sweet +9 to base damage on ranged attacks, and then play like a repeater or something, like a repeating crossbow guy, and just doing like 30 damage a shot at level 1, just like pew pew pew, and just tearing the world to bits with your repeater shots. I really like that idea. I don't know if it's good or not. I can only assume it's good. Having more range damage would obviously be good. And then imagine that with the melee power, or the ranged power. Because you lose out on double shot when you're using a repeating crossbow, but you don't lose out on ranged power, which is what you should focus on if you're using a repeater. It's like the stuff that the game doesn't tell you. Repeating crossbows get 1/3 of the double shot. So if you have 300 double shot, it only counts as 100 double shot, which is important. It's sort of like great crossbows don't tell you that if you vorpal with a great crossbow, it's going to knock down a target. It's a cool effect, just doesn't tell you in the game. Welcome. Gotta make people feel welcome. Gotta be like, welcome. Welcome to the party. The party of madness. And snacks. And beer. Gotta have beer. Really jam into this tune right now. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with ranged characters. I do have like a couple of shurikens, but I don't have anything returning yet. I need to get me one of them returning shurikens. Like right here, I don't know what I'm supposed to do against the range that's up here. Because I can kill these slimes and stuff, but then we're going to hit by like lightning bolts and magic missiles and what have you. I mean, I do have other people though. That's kind of the benefit. When you make open groups, you can rely on other players. Like I got this rogue. Oh, I couldn't steal the kill with my key bolt. Damn. And now I have the big worry is that we have another monk in the party who's probably going to be more effective than me because he's using like a good build. Which, like, I'm not ashamed. I have no shame. That's why I'll do pretty much anything if somebody gave me a Skyvault shield. Because I still don't have one. I would love to have a Skyvault shield. Message me if you'd like to give me a Skyvault shield. It's just a cool item. Actually, I don't even have any builds for a Skyvault shield. I just like the way it looks. I think it would be cool to have one. Like, I would probably just make a cosmetic of it, because I like it. Not because I would actually use it. I don't really have a build that would use Skyvault shield. Like, if Eldritch Knight ever gets, like, updated, so it's, like, not awful dumpster tier garbage, I would love to play an Eldritch Knight and, like, use, like, a big tower shield or something. But if you're using a big shield in Eldritch Knight, you wouldn't be using that one. Oh, I know a couple people who have them. You know? Like, for example, today, I made a Warlock at 10 a.m. this morning. I made a level 15, sort of like a tank Warlock. It was 2 Paladin, and then the rest Warlock. It's a Blade Forged. And I did that because I wanted to catch up to a friend who has all his characters in Epics, and I can't really play with them. Because I don't have any characters in Epics. I have one. It's a Druid. It's a Warforged Druid. See what I say about bad builds? Don't play a Warforged Druid, everybody. Anyway, I have a Warforged Druid that I don't want to play in Epics. So I'm like, oh, I'll just make a Warlock. So I made a Paladin. Well, a Blade Forged Warlock. And so it's 2 Paladin, and then the rest Warlock. I started playing at 10 a.m. this morning-ish. Yeah, about 10 this morning I started playing. Now my Warlock is level 20. I got level 20 at about 4:30. Because Warlock's really broken. So it took me about 6 hours to go from level 15 to 20 on a fresh character. Warlock's really broken, by the way. If you guys haven't had the chance to play a Warlock, just like play a Warlock. And if you're like, oh, well, how did you do that? How'd you level that fast? That's insane. I've never even heard of that. I'll just send me a tell or a message. I'll give you the build. I soloed Giant Hold except for the Crucible, where I had hirelings to pull levers because nobody would join me. Yo, what's up, Titan? So, like, Warlock is, like, super broken and super overpowered. I'm not talking about, like, endgame epics, where I don't have too much experience and I can't tell you if Warlock is super overpowered in Legendary Elite. I mean, they probably are still overpowered. But in Heroic Elite, like I said, any character class that can go from level 15, no XP, to level 20 in 6.5 hours would be amazing. Yeah, there pretty much are no bad builds. No matter how you want to build your Warlock, you know? You're like, oh, I have this idea of a Warlock in my head. This is how I would like to play it. It's going to end up being a good build. It's kind of the way Warlock works. I just realized my Cleric is out of mana, and I never gave him mana. He'll be fine. Oh, God. So, like, because that's what's cool about Warlock. Warlock's a great beginner class, because even if you don't know what you're doing, you're still able to do something. Alright, because my Cleric is out of mana, I'm going to start trying to supplementary heal my team. So I'm going to be using my healing key and stuff. Get the mark down so people are getting their life back. And now I've got the healing key. How much does this cost? 10? Oh, where's Weend? Here we go. Gotta cure him up. That's a nice thing also about Monk. I can just like supplementary just go like, oh, I need to heal this guy. Boom. Get the heal on. Now, when I have, believe me, when I'm gonna have someday that 5 passive key regeneration, oh, I'm gonna be rolling in key. What is that? Is that? I think it's from The Simpsons, where there's like they're gonna play the old song "I Kiss My Baby with My Fist." I think that was The Simpsons, where they had that on on the radio. It was either that or Futurama. I do not remember, or it was Family Guy. Yeah, the monks can heal. There's 3 ways for monks to heal. They get Fists of Light, where you punch a target and then you mark it, and anyone who hits that target, sort of like the captain's revealing mark, where anytime anyone hits that target, they then get healed from it. And the healing is based off of my devotion, so my healing spell power, and their healing amplification. So it's kind of like a 2-way. This character has no healing spell power because when I have no weapons equipped, I don't have room to equip healing spell power. I have 1 item for like force spell power and force crit, and 1 item for fire spell power, and another item for fire crit. And then I actually have to get other stats in between. Welcome, Azroth. Or Asnoth? Azroth? I can't actually tell if that's an R or an N. You know, meditate here. Yeah, +8. Yeah. Oh, the guy was too far away. No, I wanted to hit him with my sick burning hands of medium damage. Asnoth. There we go. The problem is, it's my second screen is like really screwy. No, Azroth. It's I can't read the R or the N, whatever letter that is. But yeah, true wisdom, the incarnation of spirit. It should say right underneath me. Oh man, my camera's looking straight up. What? No one told me that. Oh man. Also, my camera's screwy. The frame rate on my camera is really low. Let me fix that. Team, go do whatever. Fixing camera, but bam. Now it's darker. So I affected it. It's an R. I'm on Jalanda, the greatest server ever. Some people will tell you, oh, I play on Cadence. It's a pretty good server. Oh, I play on Sarlona. I play on Thelanis. You know what all those servers don't have? They don't have a monk that uses Flame Blade from the Druid past life. They don't have bear druids. They don't have one of the many incredible things you'll find on Jalanda. Greatest server in all of the world. Like Stormreach? Stormreach is in Jalanda. Okay, know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to Stormreach and all these other places, but that's like fake Stormreach. That's not even real Stormreach. You gotta go to the one in Jalanda. If you happen to play on Jalanda, and you go on the DDO forums and you see a build guide called Strimtom's Acid Arrow by this nice, super amazing, wonderful guy, Strimtom, and you're like, man, this Acid Arrow build is really sick. I like it. And then, like me, you spend 350 hours farming the Church and the Cult, a free-to-play quest, trying to get the absolute best bow in the game, the Silver Longbow. Undisputed world champion bow of North America. And you're trying to get it, you spend like 10 years, and, you know, you've aged, you've had kids, and you still don't have this bow. If that ends up being the case, you come to Strimtom on Jalanda, I'll give you a bow for free. That's the Strimtom guarantee. Good job, team. I also like that I was kind of talking and not really paying any attention. Now, to determine the efficacy of your build, always the most important thing is to go here to XP and see who got the most kills. Now, you can see here that Strimtom got 86 out of 223. It's the highest percentage. That means the build obviously has no flaws with it whatsoever. It has nothing to do with me timing my attacks so I'm stealing kills so it looks better, or the fact that I might have like a stronger gear right now, or the fact that I do a lot of damage, but I take a lot of damage, so I'm really just being propped up by my cleric hireling. No. We don't talk about that. It's clearly the best build option. Highly recommended, actually. Go out there, get yourself a past life of Druid, and then, you know, start playing it up. You'll be having a lot of fun. I tell you, it's a hoot. It's probably bad, but oh man, what am I even listening to? Anyway. Oh, you have bears. You have bear druids on your on Thelanis? I'm impressed. Look at this! Look at this bear druid! Look! There it is! There's a bear druid right here! Look at that! Look at that! Bear druid right there. Galanda, world first. I just said I'm talking about bear druids, and what goes past me on Galanda? Bear druids. Because people in Galanda, they don't care about your standards, you know? They don't conform to your, like, good character builds, you know what I'm saying? You think in your head, oh, well, why would you play a druid if you're not playing a pure 20 caster druid flipping from water elemental to fire elemental form, or that weird purple dragon knight 4 fighter, 6 ranger, 10 druid hybrid monster that does 10 zillion damage. Because Galanda doesn't care. We don't care about your standards. We don't care about your forums and your good guides, except for the one that Stream Tom's has written by Stream Tom that's really good, that you should go read. We don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Orion or whatever. There's like no one ever talks in the server, been giving away weapons for free, darn good weapons, no one talks shit about newbies, and they tell you to go away. See, that's weird. I've never had that problem. Whenever you experience stuff with a new player, it depends on whether you type it or you say it. I find a lot of times, if you just start typing or if you like actually use voice chat, people are a lot more receptive. Depends on the quality of your microphone though. If you have a microphone from 1997 that sounds like you're in a bathtub underwater in a cave, don't use voice chat. Please, for the love of God. Part of my work involves dealing with you know, contractors and you know, construction guys and things like that. And the issue with that, they're all great. They're great guys, but generally they have their phones that they like drop on the ground. Hey, thanks for coming, Nashron. It was fun to have you in the party. But generally, they have these phones that they'll like drop on the ground all the time. Like they just drop the phones for fun, I think, and then into puddles, and you know, they start swimming underwater. So what ends up happening? I have not done it yet. No, it's after this. I get the free-to-play ones done first. And then you get these guys who like try to communicate with you, but you can't hear them because every time they try to talk to you, it's like this garbled, horrible mess, and you can't make out a single word. But they expect you to hear everything they're saying. It's a very similar thing with the video games. If your microphone, you know, if some of the cables are missing, if it's broken, and if you bought it when people were still calling the internet the web back in the early 90s, or if it had crossed your mind that in the TV show that you were watching where somebody said they needed to hack into the mainframe, which is a very 90s term. If all of these phrases come together when you're looking at your microphone, please buy a new microphone. Don't subject the ears of the masses to that horrible noise. Oh my god! What just happened?
Holy cow. Chicken champion?
Yes. I got Force and Magic Missile at the same time. Oh, no, it was a magic missile, but he had extra force damage. So, it was 4 missiles. Did about 50, and then 17 extra times 4. Well, hey, you guys can do it. I'm sure you guys can handle the rest of it.
Levers pulled, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, so this is Dungeons & Dragons, guys. So, back in 2006, 2007, you play Dungeons & Dragons and you'd have trouble actually fighting stuff because the monsters would just be too difficult. You couldn't get the right armor, you couldn't get the stats you needed. Could you imagine getting a +1 strength item? I couldn't. I never got a +1 strength item. Like, those things didn't happen. And that was hard to come by, you know? Actually getting the right gear for your character was almost unheard of back in the day. But now, it's pretty easy to get the gear you want. You play the game, you go to the auction house, and you're like, oh, look, you know, 100 gold. Somebody's posting a +10 Vorpal Sword of Infinity Damage for free item. And you're like, cool, sounds good. It's pretty easy to get the gear that you want to make your character nigh invincible. Even a character as garbage as mine is able to actually stand up to these monsters because of how easy it is to get some good items. And then they added champions to the game. Champions are this incredible idea that I'm pretty sure all the guys that played, or that all the devs were like, man, you know what's the best game ever? Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is like the best game ever. What was the best part about Diablo 2? Was it the fact that sometimes you find monsters that have those random affixes and it changes up the game? And those monsters also have like cool loot and stuff? Yeah. That is one of the coolest things about Diablo 2. And so they decided to put that in the game. They were like, yeah, let's just put that in the game. And they did. And it was great. And now, you know, you have champion monsters that will sometimes throw you entirely for a loop. Now, getting one shot from, like, when you don't even know where you're getting shot from, that is annoying. I agree with that. But sometimes it happens, and, you know, it's got to keep you in check. Look at my gumption, okay? I'm so arrogant, I'm going to play a character that uses exclusively fire damage that has no defenses. Okay, that's how arrogant I am. And this is literally the Turbine developers putting in a, hey, guess what? Here's some 2006 for you. Slap. You know? That's essentially what's going on here. It's a call to a time past. Yeah, I know. It's just yeah. I wish I was alive. So yeah, so that's what happened.
Yeah, just enjoy the ride.
Woo! Roller coaster never ends. So what ended up happening, for those of you that weren't watching, Champion had an effect that made him do extra force damage on hit. He threw a magic missile at me. Because he was a champion, his magic missile did double damage. So instead of doing 6 damage a hit, it did 12 damage a hit. So 4 missiles hit me for 12 damage each. That on its own would be a lot of damage. That's 48 damage for a magic missile spell. But that's not enough. That magic missile spell... Wow, that's really loud. That magic missile spell, immediately after hitting me and dealing that damage, each missile is its own individual spell effect. So because he had added force damage on every hit, he added 17 force damage per hit. So I took 17 times 4 as well. And that's a number I don't even understand. That's like 68, which is a big number. So 68 plus that other first number, and I wasn't at full life, so I just went, gone. It's possible. No, it's actually possible. It is possible to have played since, wait, 2002? No, not 2002, 2004. You could have played in 2004, but not 2002. And I only know that because the beta for Dungeons & Dragons Online, which I played in, was in 2004. Because the beta was open while Asheron's Call 2 was originally still open. Summon my Flame Blade. Oh, they don't know I'm here. Shh. Oh shit. Oh shit. They're asleep. They don't know. Look, I'm swinging. They don't know. Okay. Alright. Alright. Shh. Shh. Don't tell. Don't tell. I'm just gonna sneak. Oh shit. They know. They know. The jig is up. They know I'm here. Oh god. Burning hands. Don't ask. If it makes you feel better, man, I've been playing since 2004. I have never pulled a Skyvault shield. I have also never fully completed a sigil for the Abbot. Now that's largely because I didn't play during the Abbot's time, but I've never pulled an Eye of the Abbot on my own. So, there's that. Yeah, exactly. Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, die, doggy. Ooh, hey, look at this. Burning hands! Now, I kind of wish there was, like, ice power, so you could get, like, an ice attack, so you could cast, like, Ice Lance or something. Like, one of them cool spells. Unfortunately, that's not really an option. I'm not going to open this door because I don't want to lose my combo attack. Ooh, Shaman! Area of Effect attack, kaboom! And look at that. Did about 200 damage with that one area of effect attack. Not bad. I mean, it's not great. 200 damage is, like, pretty good, but it's not amazing. What's after this? I have no idea. Oh, after this is the Sharn Syndicate. Cool. Bam. I gotta put up an LFM. I totally forgot to do that. Stand your ground. Yeah. I'm gonna re-go up my buffs. Damn firebenders, they changed everything. That's right! They changed everything. Well, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, so... That's oh man. That's gotta stop happening. That's really disorienting. I apologize if it's hard to look at my screen when it just, like, automatically my character starts looking at the sky. I can't control that, and I also don't want that. So, I hope that's very obvious. I don't like it, even though I have a big smile on my face. Anyway, so we're just gonna keep playing this monk here. Oh, I have a bunch of action points I can spend. I should probably spend those. I just realized. Yeah. So I get more life, concentration and fortitude saves, and then protection from tainted creatures. This goes armor class and positive energy and healing amp. So I guess that's good. Bam. Re-get my ship buffs. I'm a weak character. I like having my ship buffs. Sometimes you don't always need them right in between quests. You know, you're playing a warlock, you don't even need ship buffs at all. Who cares? Why would you get ship buffs on a warlock? But when you're playing a squishy monk like me, and you have a less than competitive build. Like, if you want to play a good monk, there actually are some good monk builds out there. I'll take the time to talk about that right now. One of those good monk builds is the monk thrower build. Monk thrower build is very, very good. It allows you to deal a bunch of extra damage because you get to throw shurikens based on your dexterity. You get to throw extra shurikens. So the higher your dexterity score, essentially, if you have like a 40 dexterity, every time you throw a shuriken, you have a 40% chance to throw 2 shurikens, which is like a lot of shurikens. And then you also get extra effects. I don't entirely know all the gist of it. I don't play one. I don't really like shurikens and throwing stuff. Throwing items are not that fun in my book. Largely because I want to throw stuff that's cool, like hammers. You know what's cool about throwing hammers? They're like big and heavy. Like, I don't want to throw a shuriken, this tiny little like ninja star. No. I want to throw like a hammer and like hit somebody in the face with it. And then they're like, ah shit, my face has been bludgeoned by like a huge hammer. Oh god, somebody stop the pain because a hammer hit them in the face. You know, that's the kind of feeling I want to get from a throwing character. Especially because strength affects throwing, right? So I want something that actually, you know, needs strength to throw. Not like a shuriken. 2 clerics in the party, neither bothering to heal anyone, just got 3 of us killed. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand sometimes when there are people that don't heal. A good example is I was playing my druid, and I wouldn't always heal people when I was on my druid, largely because I would be barbarian raging a lot of the time. Barbarian was a very important part of my druid, so when people got low on life, if it was some kind of emergency, I would pop out a rage and then heal them, which is why I had dismiss rage keybound. But most of the time, you know, well, they're low on health. You gotta heal them. I would do that. I can understand sometimes, though. If I did see, like, you know, the cleric was like cleric barbarian and they couldn't heal because they were raging, I totally get that. But if you have the option, ooh, welcome, we're inside Stand Your Ground. If you have the option to heal somebody, I highly recommend you always take that option whenever you can. Just because it just makes that person feel better that they didn't just, like, die for nothing. Oh, I'm on a team. Oh, no. Oh, thank God it gives you the warning. Because I clicked the door, and it was like, no, would you like to leave this quest right now? No, I don't want to leave the quest. Now, the nice thing about this monk, this interesting build, is that if I'm feeling lazy, oh, monsters are attacking, don't worry. There we go. I focus and use my ki blast. Or, as some others might say it, is that guy still there? Kamehameha! Oh, my thing disappeared. Hold on. Wait for it. There's gonna be a guy coming here. It's gonna... Kamehameha! Oh, it doesn't even appear because it dies too fast. Because we have 2 ranged guys. We have 3 ranged guys. We have 2 bow guys and a crossbow guy. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stand at this door and I'm gonna melee. Ugh. Fire damage melee. That's what I'm talking about. If my Kamehameha wave doesn't work, it's okay. Don't have to worry about it. You know what? Actually, we need to pull some. Hold on, guys. This is what we have to do. Hold on. Everybody is killing stuff before we can even do anything. So we got to charge up. We're gonna head into the hyperbolic time chamber right now and collect our strength. So we'll be here for a couple episodes. So you can see the other characters are like fighting stuff. You know, they're doing things. But right now I'm in the hyperbolic time chamber. Apparently, because I have flame swords, I'm stabbing myself in the neck with my fire swords. Or it's going right around my neck. I can't tell. But right now we're just, you know, we're getting ready. You know, we're getting ready for the big fight. Because like Freeze's here or something. So we're popping into the hyperbolic time chamber. Oh, we're done. We're done in the hyperbolic time chamber. It only gets me up to half key. With all my concentration, at least the nice thing about having such a high concentration is that I'm at 52 key and that's stable. So I'm not losing key at 52, which is pretty cool. Oh man, these crits are hard. When those guys crit, they deal so much extra damage. Oh man. Now, there are some ways to make meditation better. Obviously, I'm going to be taking Embrace the Void, which will make it so I regenerate ki faster, and I have more ki regeneration. That'll be good. I just don't. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. Demon Fox 42, welcome to the show. How you doing today? Hopefully it's been a good day. I had a good day. I played Dungeons & Dragons all day today, and as I said earlier, because I'm just going to brag about this, because I'm kind of proud of it. Like, it's a total loser nerd moment, but, like, I don't care. Total brag time. I leveled the character from 15 to 20 in 6.5 hours, because I made a Blade Forged, and I got my Blade Forged from 15 to 20 in 6.5 hours. Yeah, it's pretty good, you know. Yeah. I don't know. There's some, like... Oh, you do the official DDO stream too. You forgot about that? Oh, this isn't my stream. Yeah. This is... I do everything, man. I'm the coach. I'm the water boy. I'm point guard. Right wing. Running back. Like, I'm everything. Shortstop. You can't... You know, you can't tell me to just do one thing. Stream on my own channel. Play as a bear. Play as a man. Play as a woman who also has fire swords. Goodbye, fat chump. This giant portly man comes out, tries to fight everybody. It doesn't work. Storm Reaver's Fresco is next. Cool. Storm Reaver's Fresco. Storm Reaver's Fresco. But yeah, I do everything. If you didn't get my mixed bag of separated sports references and metaphors, not separated, but choosing a different position from every single game, I'm actually surprised I can do that because I don't watch any sports whatsoever. That was impressive for me. I'm going to pat myself on the back. Let me just... There we go. I don't want this in my ear anymore. So yeah. Another problem with the character is it doesn't really... It gets better at like certain increments, but not at every level. Because unlike regular monk, where your base damage goes up when you...
Pick all the chests out here, or just leave them alone?
I'm just going to leave them alone. Another thing that's great about playing this type of monk, or sorry, bad, is that I don't get bonus damage when I level up. So, like, if you play as an unarmed monk, so you're like, and like an attack animation that's so sick. I actually love the way your character lands that with the last, because you like a spin really quick, and your character goes low to the ground because they catch themselves. Like this, like that. That animation is super cool and super fluid. That's awesome. Does bonus damage. My swords don't get bonus damage from being a monk, though. So that's kind of a bad thing. Does this take fire damage? I don't know if this does take fire damage. We're gonna find out. It's weak to force damage, which is interesting. If it doesn't take fire damage, it's gonna be hilarious. But they are weak to force damage. So if you play as either a force-based sorcerer, a force-based wizard, or if you play as a artificer, that's what I was thinking of. Damn, stupid brain. And you have an arm cannon that does force damage, you can shoot this for ridiculous numbers. Did he AFK outside the vault? No, Torifi. Oh man, that's a time you don't want to AFK. Be aware before you AFK.
He's not gonna do anything until everybody steps in this room.
Yeah. But Torifi's AFK. So yeah. If you want to go AFK, guys, make sure read the quest description. Oh crap, he's here. He's back. Before you go AFK. Cool. So we wait. Once everybody's inside. Cool. Hey, it is weak against fire damage, which means I can apply my fire weakness. Damn, that's what I'm talking about. 70 damage. I think it's actually more damage for me to just attack with my fire attack. Do not use Racked. Well, that's an interesting, interesting icon. I'm tempted to try Pure Sork and do damage with Elf Arcane Archer because the Elemental forms, but I hate playing new casters, and I do not know how good it would be. Well, Pure Sorcerer is really good because your damage is really high and you get a bunch of really good spell-like abilities, especially with the new feats that allow you to scale your spell damage past what they're normally supposed to. So, for example, you can take the feat that makes your fireball go up to 10d or 20d6 as opposed to just 10, stuff like that. Your lightning bolt goes up to 10d6 as well, or 20d6 instead of 10. You can do all sorts of cool stuff to make your character like really good. But the thing is, if you do something like that, yeah, it takes time. So pretty much until like level, unless you try to do like any of the level 19 and 20 quests, you should be absolutely fine. Ooh, Combustive Scimitar. I'm actually proficient with scimitars. Too bad it doesn't count as a key weapon. Cool. Dirty Laundry is next.
Change your thing? Or which one?
Gotta update this. Dirty Laundry. Dirty Laundry. Dirty Laundry. Where's the Dirty Laundry? I don't know where it is. Dirty Laundry. Cool. I gotta talk to this guy. So yeah, Sorcerer's really good though, because you get the spell-like abilities, you get tons of mana, and you get a huge amount of buff towards your actual spell damage. So if you pick like Ice Sorcerer, you get a really, really strong Polar Ray. I mean, you could play other sorcerers, but I don't know why you wouldn't pick Ice Sorcerer. I mean, you could obviously pick like Air Sorcerer because it's like better, or you could pick. I'm using my base monk attack. Whoopsie. Sorry, I'm supposed to be using my swords. You could pick Acid Sorcerer, which is probably the best of all of them. For some like bizarre reason, I don't know why you would ever do that. Or you could be a real man, play Ice Sorcerer, or you could be the realest of men ever and play a Fire Sorcerer. Please don't play Fire Sorcerer. I'm sure it's good in like some situations, but there's too many situations I can think of very quickly where it's not good. Like for example, all demons and all fire elementals and all gray oozes. So it's hard to like level up in the early game and it's hard to play in the late game. And anything that's relatively bad early game and late game is like don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, everybody. Like this might scale maybe. Yeah. Sneak through here. Cool. Sneak attack! You cannot stand against the power of the secret technique. Whoa, he's at minus 95. Did you actually go down to minus 95? What? How did he go down to minus 95? How's he regenerating? Am I the only one looking at this? Where's that health coming from? Yes, fire's maybe not the best thing all the time. I mean, it's cool for sure. Yeah, 110 damage. I do not know how Sneaky Pat is generating his health like that. That's very interesting. But yeah, fire also... Does somebody else's fireball kill your web? I know you can kill enemy webs. I didn't think you could, like, friendly fire a web away. Like, I thought, like, if I cast like a fireball, it's not going to kill your web because it's, like, I'm a team. Like, I'm your ally, right? So you get bonus XP if you open the doors by using the barrel cask here, instead of actually opening the doors by, like, smashing them open or whatever, or... Oh, hey, look at this guy. Murder time! But yeah, so fire's pretty bad. But yeah, Lightning Sorcerer is really good. You're talking about your Acid Sorcerer. Ooh, Acid Sorcerer? Ooh, that's good. You got your Acid Blast. Almost nothing's immune to acid anyway. Virtual Glib, welcome to the show. You get to see the kind of bad build. So would it be bad? Well, an Arcane Archer Sorcerer would probably be pretty bad. Really? Oh yeah, I guess you can. Well, you can gust of wind any of those effects away, right? So that does make sense. Gotta break all the crates before they kill all the money launderers. Quick, break the crates. Ah. Yeah, vandal bonus. Oh, good. I'm sure there's more. No, that's all. Okay, now we kill Washer Will. Burning hands. Oh, I don't have enough key. Cool. Book, finder, rescue. I can't spell. Yeah, anything that blows away any kind of like air effects is unfortunately going to do that. Similarly, you can also use break enchantment, because break enchantment affects an area. You can also use break enchantment to dispel effects things. So if an enemy casts like an auto's dancing sphere, you can actually throw break, like point at the ground with your circle, your reticle like this, and you go and you aim at the ground, and you'll launch your break enchantment at an area, and you can dispel effects. So top or bottom entrance? Is there two? Is there two? I didn't. Is there two? I don't know about one entrance. What do you mean?
There's two entrances. You can either go in on top or on the bottom.
What? There's. Oh, I didn't know that. There's two entrances to this quest.
You can actually split up and go in either way. If two go up top and two on the bottom.
Well, I can't do any of the traps, so I can't open any of the doors.
We'll go on the bottom, and Torek will go on top, and me and him both do the trap.
Cool. Did you guys know there's two doors in this quest? Apparently. Man. So, the only buff we have to cast, which is nice about this character, is just Flame Blade. It's kind of annoying when you have a character that's like a million buffs. So he's like, do you have the money? And I'm like, no, I'm here to crack skulls and take names. And I don't have quill or paper to write on. Whoa. Whoa. Look at that damage. Talking about damage, everybody. Oh! 0 damage with that fire attack. I would have done damage if she'd actually been there. So that's the important thing. Oh, there we go. I like how it's all fire damage. I do exclusively fire with my auto attacks. What? Yeah, let's just all go in the same door. I'm assuming we failed because we went in different doors. We're just going to go in the same door this time. Okay, we'll try again. Be a heroic noob. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I got two more charges left. So it's bullet bar dual wielding. This guy's no longer a champion. So we're gonna crack skulls and take names, and I don't have a pen or quill to write on. Ooh, goodbye. Oh, jeez, I didn't realize that was gonna happen. Oh, man, that guy took like 100 damage in one hit. Yeah, 54. Burn, lady. Burn, baby, burn. Monkey Inferno. Ooh, I didn't even get to hit that guy. Yeah, and then these guys can split up and get all the traps. What's the best pact with the Warlock? Ooh. That depends. Faye ignores the most DR. What's the best pact for Warlock, you guys? Do you guys play Warlock? Let me know. What do you think? Because somebody just asked me, and I have my own opinion. Faye ignores the most DR and gives you a jump ability. Fire gets the best instant death effect in the game. Acid gets knock. It's also important to note that if you're going to be playing a Warlock and you play a Fae character, or if you play a Paladin Warlock, you have to be a Fae pact. That's important. You can't just like not be a Fae pact. So he's going to crack open the door, run in, boom! Area of effect attack, 56 damage. That's a tall elf. That elf is taller than me. What the heck? Can you play a song from the DDO in your stream? It's the music from the Ghosts of Perdition? Yeah, I can do that. Do you have the music from Ghosts of Perdition? Did you find it somewhere? If you can link me to it, I'll play it for sure. I like playing DDO's music. The problem is most of the music is not actually available. Like some of the newer songs are. The stuff from like the Challenges is there. The stuff from the new, the remade Three Barrel Cove is there. But all that other stuff is not there. Yeah, if you can like upload it to YouTube or SoundCloud or something like that, then and play it, or so I can play it. Yeah, I can do that for you. Oh god, a YouTube link. $100 this YouTube link is gonna lead me to Rick Astley is never gonna give you up. 100 bones. Oh god. Is this actually the music from the quest? This is no way this is actually the music from the quest. Really? That's cool. I've never heard this music before. Cool. That's nifty. Oh, silly helpless me. Potion time. That's cool. Well, I mean, you can edit anything, right? I'm not disagreeing I don't think I've ever had sound on and done the quest Ghosts of Perdition. Or like had that stuff on. So I believe you. Cool. Good job, team. I can't raise dead, so you're gonna have to release Cecily. Alright, repossession, team. Repossession. Well, that's pretty cool. That's a sick song. I think you have the wrong person, friend. You should perhaps ask the Stormreach Guard for help. Nope, it was me. It was me the whole time. I like a lot of the music in this game. The biggest reason why I don't have... how did you die again? The biggest reason why I don't listen to a lot of the music is because if you're like me and you play through a lot of the early game, you hear you have to hand in the Stormreaver's fresco, and then another guy will be able to give you the other quest. It's pretty cool though. Yeah, I do like this song. It's really neat. I did not know that this is the music for this quest. Now, it's not fitting at all for the quest, because I imagine the quest would have like a very somber feel to it. But I don't know. It's cool though. I'll have to... There's a couple songs I'll have to record then. A couple ones I definitely want to have, just so I can play. I can play them whether it's on stream or my own personal time. All the old combat songs and things from like the Harbor. I really like those. Probably should play with music on at some point. I just never do. You know what? After this song, I'll turn music on and we'll play with the actual Dungeons and Dragons in-game music. That's right. Default music. Oh god, pack leader. It's the hardest boss in the game. Oh, I didn't have any. I hate this. Something I forget all the time because I'm not used to playing monk. If you don't have enough ki for a finishing move and you try to use a finishing move, it cancels it out. Instead of actually giving you the finishing move. Like, it actually just goes, oh, you tried to use a finishing move, but you didn't have one, so it cancels your finishing move. So it's like, you didn't use one. Backwards F, the weird symbol. Yeah, we'll wait for him before we finish. No, I want to get kills. I want to get kills. So the damage on this character is relatively good. It scales pretty well as well. Squiggly lines. Like you guys can get the traps and stuff while we wait.
Yeah, we got to do all those traps. Yeah.
Put into motion, followed by the scrape of a heavy panel being opened. If the Storm Reaver fresco is an indication of how...
And now we don't.
Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunch.
Oh god, I can't stream someone else's content, and by someone else's I mean actually can I? Can I stream DDO stream content on here? Like it's almost like ultra rehosting. No, I gotta beat this guy's DR. Oh god, no, I can't do enough damage. Oh, but my team can. Let's turn on the music in this game. Options. Hold on, team. Music. Nope. I don't hear anything yet. I hear, like, nothing. This is done. Take item. Take item. Give me the free XP. Good, we get all the items. Yeah, this song. If you know what I'm saying. Oh, this song, dude. This is like 2008 in a song, 2006 in a song. The old Harbor music. I don't know why the old Harbor music is playing here. Hopefully the last quest will have some kind of like very interesting, very upbeat song. Kind of like the Ghost of Perdition song. That was really cool. I'm really glad you shared that with me, Titan. That's an awesome song. Maybe I should play with the music on more often. I've always wanted to try Flameblade Monk, then I realized all legendary content is immune to fire. You see, you say that with the idea that this character... like, you say that...
All these in to get the last one?
Yes, you have to turn them in all to get the last one. Goggles of Haste? Ooh, that's neato. That seems really good. Should I take that?
Time since I've done heroic.
I'm gonna take that. Yeah, you gotta turn on all of them, but after you turn in all of them, you get the last quest. But yeah, you say that like, oh, I want to try a Flameblade Monk, but it doesn't work in Legendary. You see, Legendary implies you get to level 30. Are you gonna get to level 30 on a character like this? I don't know about that. That's like the real question, right? You gotta ask yourself. You know? Like, you're thinking like, oh, but you know, how can I win the race? How can I win the NASCAR in my soapbox racer? Well, you're jumping the gun here. You have the soapbox racer. So you gotta work within your own internal limits. Aren't you in a stance? I am in a stance. I am currently in water stance. Ocean stance. It's right here at the top left corner. Ocean stance gives me charisma, or sorry, not charisma. Shit. Gives me wisdom, dodge, and +3 to all saving throws. I could get to 30 with the Flameblade Monk, splash in 3 fighter. Yeah, I don't want to do that though. Give him 200 gold. I like having this kobold. He's cool. Flameblade. Yeah, but then the problem is, then you're not 30 monk. The big thing about having 30 monk is it means you can get this serenity, so you get that passive key regeneration, and 5% force and fire spell critical hit chance. This is actually a really good, like, capstone. I'm pumped for this. The capstone's gonna be sick. So the moment I hit 20,
that's right. This is the one
okay,
we can have everybody.
You get 1 passive key regeneration from contemplation, 1 passive key regeneration from serenity, you get 1 passive key regeneration from ocean stance, and then you get 2 passive key regeneration from Grandmaster of Flowers. That's a lot of passive key regeneration. So you're talking about like 5 key. Whew. You're gonna be rolling in key. You know what I'm saying? Cap out that wisdom. You're looking at key upwards of like 400 as your max. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Key for days. Look at this guy, Mashpaw. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Look how much key I've got. I'm just going to keep hitting him, generating key. Boom. Look at that. I'm going to loot this chest. Oh god, I'm getting stabbed. Drink a potion. Oh, and I'll stab this short man. Yeah, teamwork. You see the border lit? Yeah, it's really hard to tell. It's because the blue blends in with the blue. Like, it's not like the red, the blue going around the red, because the actual icon is blue. It's kind of silly. Yeah, so the damage on this character is not that bad. The weird thing is I kind of have to really optimize around having a scimitar. So, for example, Flame Blade, because it is still a scimitar, it scales off of weapon or improved critical slashing. So if I did eventually want to swap this character into like a staff build, checking Bella's chest. If I did want to swap this character into a staff build, I'd have to completely rebuild it, which is like obviously not ideal. I don't want to completely rebuild it. Yeah. Oh yeah. The idea is like I'll have so much wisdom I can just quivering palm everybody. Like, hey buddy, would you like a quivering palm? I don't have it yet. I would still like to get Stunning Fist. If there's a Turbine developer watching right now, highly recommend it. Stunning Fist. Let it work with weapons in your hand. Because I know what you're going to say, like, oh, it's Stunning Fist. Clearly you need to have your fist available to be able to use Stunning Fist. But in Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, unarmed fighting is not limited to just your fists, friendos. You can use your legs. You can use your face. Why can't I headbutt a guy? Where's the stunning headbutt?
I have a bellows ring if that's what you wanted.
Oh god. Oh, double champion. Oh god. Okay. Back up. Hey, back up. This is where the fire comes in handy. Not the lag though. I don't know what's happening with the lag. Okay, good. Can I move back and heal myself? Good. Burning hands. A few hundred damage. Knocks some people down. Oh, barbarian damage reduction. So barbarians get damage reduction, right? Against all physical attacks. But because I don't actually deal physical damage, I don't care about barbarian damage reduction. So when I fight any enemy barbarians, no problem, I completely ignore their damage reduction with my base fire damage. Well, hand wraps don't scale off of wisdom. Hand wraps use your strength to hit and damage, but Flame Blade uses your wisdom to hit and damage. So I can have really high wisdom and still have competitive melee damage at this level. I don't know how well it's going to work at later levels, but that's not the point. As I said, we're still in the soapbox car. We're not even considering NASCAR yet, you know? We're training for regionals. We're not even thinking about nationals. Nationals is not even on the list. Plus, I just like having the option to shoot out fire and have like decent AoE attacks without cleave. That's one reason I'm not going to take cleave on this character, because cleave doesn't really give me any kind of benefit. Because I already have a cleave. It's my fire attack. My fire attack is my cleave. I could have some kind of cleave, but eh. And someday I'll have Incineration Wave, which will be like an even better cleave. So like I can be like, whoosh, 100 damage to one guy and 48 to the other. I crit them both though.
You may be able to
Like the major downside of using... Okay, actually there's like a million... Whoa, what is this? Flame Tongue? Whoa, what's this? This just dropped. It's a longsword that deals a base D10 with 2 sockets and flaming burst. What item did you get with the anniversary token? What item did I get with the anniversary token? Oh, I can't... There we go. I don't remember what item I got with the anniversary token. I'm like really trying to think about this. I don't think I took Litany of the Dead. Oh. I took Tovin's Hammer. Tovin's Hammer. The Artificer item. I took Tovin's Hammer because Tovin's Hammer is just an awesome item. If you haven't played with Tovin's Hammer on an Artificer, like, if you're like, oh man, Artificer Rune Arms are bad, and like, they need buffs or something, no. Go use Tovin's Hammer. That thing can burst for 8,000 damage at level 30. And it doesn't affect your actual, like, consistent, like, melee or range damage. It doesn't slow your attacks at all, but it gives you 8,000 free damage. It's hilarious how strong Tovin's Hammer is. Back into the corner. Boom! The Burning Hands kill. Strikes again. Feel the burning of my hands. You see, this character, I've got Burning Hands. But the reason I've got Burning Hands is because this character is an expert, an absolute professional at the hit TV game show Touch the Stove. touched the stove a lot, and it's enhanced the power of my burning hands. If you haven't seen the TV game show, Touch the Stove, highly recommend you YouTube that. It's a great TV game show. Cool, good job. My last quest is Rest for the Restless in House P before I level up.
Works for me.
Oh, sorry, Rest for the Restless in House P, and then we're going to finish off Tangleroot. What am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm not just like crazy, like, oh, I'll just use Flameblade, ha 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 ha. There's actually reasons for using Flameblade. They're all bad. Like, it's probably a bad reason or idea to use Flameblade. We'll find out, though. Like I said, when I have more options, the big time where Flameblade is not going to become that big of a handicap is when I have Void Strike, because it allows me to deal 10d6 force damage on hit. I can consistently generate ki over time when I hit level 12, and being able to consistently generate ki from my Void Strike will be really important.
I just noticed that's Inquisitor Nomen.
Yeah, it's just the Rakshasa. That's why if you actually read the dialogue, he says, you should go purge the Silver Flame, or sorry, the Sovereign Host. And then your character's like, yeah, but aren't they, like, not bad guys? And he's like, no, that's not what you're supposed to think. You're supposed to follow the Silver Flame, and the Silver Flame says they're bad guys, and then you murder good people. And the bosses in there are Selene the Merciful, or Oisin the Merciful, and Selene the Peacemaker, because they're good players, and they scream at you like, why are you doing this? You're a monster when you kill them. It's great storytelling.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really important, you guys. If you haven't, like, read the story, highly recommend it. Yeah. Let's turn up the music a little more. Give me some of that music. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Some of that old school D&D's music. Oh, am I in a combat? You bet I'm in a combat. That's how you can tell. Do you hear that sound? Burning hands. Yeah. So yeah, Flameblade. Don't worry, I'm going to be bringing you guys the best, most consistent, lowest quality builds I can find. If I think I have a build going on in my mind that has like this weird niche ability that's mostly useless and no one would ever play, you bet I'm going to be playing it. I can't decide what I'm going to do for my next life because I have a bunch of really bad builds in mind, and I don't know which one's the worst, so I can't tell which one I actually want to play. Bear in mind, against monsters like regular undead, this character's hilarious. All these like skeletons, they just bunch up around you, and you can really easily hit them with your... Oh, look at the fire damage! The zombie's weak to fire. God, I love champions. Oh man, the base damage from that rogue though. Great crossbow. Man. How about half-orc arty thrower? Alright, break it down. Break it down. Ladies and gentlemen, half-orc arty thrower. How do you play a half-orc arty thrower? Well, clearly, you've got strength, right? Now, the problem with playing a half-orc artificer is that there's no synergy whatsoever. Oh, which ones did you touch? Oh, good. I'll go in and pull the lever if you want to get the other one. The benefits of playing a half-orc arty thrower. So first, you get lots of strength, which is important for any kind of thrower build. If you didn't know, throwing is based off of strength.
Do I have to kill all these guys in order to make the gate go up, or what?
No, I do it. Hold on a sec. And open. You have to kill all the guys. If you pull the lever over there, which lets me come over to you, and then we have to kill all the guys up top, all the ranged. Okay, so half-orc arty thrower, you do have some benefits. Like, there is some synergy there, because obviously the +2 strength is going to be good. Now, the -2 intelligence and charisma is going to hurt both your use magic device and your ability to use any artificial spells or abilities. And you also gain no benefit from the insightful damage or insightful strikes spells. However, you could stack it so that you're going to be doing bonus damage with... You could stack it so you're going to be doing bonus damage with... How do you throw extra things? I don't know. If you're a thrower, you want to be a halfling, right? Here, stand still, I'll body block.
Thank God for festival cookies. Well, at these low levels, they're still effective anyway.
Yeah. No, half orc arty thrower. I can't do it. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make a thrower.
Wish I had
But even worse, I have no idea what scales with like throwing weapons, because I know that halflings get bonus throwing weapons. I know that Shirati Champion gives 60% attack speed with throwing weapons, which is like kind of required.
Trap.
But I don't know what else to do after that. How do you build an artificer thrower? I mean, you get the rune arm, but the rune arm scales up intelligence, so a half orc you lose stuff. I mean, you could get the bashing or use intimidate check to open locks, but the problem is intimidate is not a class skill for an artificer, and you also don't get any benefit to intimidating as an artificer because you don't want to be taking melee damage, and you even get open locks, so you don't need that ability. You get access to the Dragon Mark of Finding, I guess you get better gear? But the entire half-orc racial tree gives you no benefits with your thrown weapons. Because they get two-handed benefits. And you can't throw your weapon with two hands. Which would be great. I would love to see that, but there's no way that's going to happen. Okay. So essentially you're just a half-orc because, and it gives you no benefit. And then you're playing an artificer as a thrower, so the battle engineer tree, because you're not using hand and a half or a crossbow, you can still get the haste boost, but it's too much of an investment. So you could get the spell power boost out of... oh, damn, I fell. Damn. Yeah. I mean, I know it's going to be a bad build, but, like, it's not even, like, a bad build, like, with the gimmick. Like, what's the gimmick, you know? Like, you're a thrown weapon guy, and you're a half-orc, and you're an artificer? Like, I don't know. Alright, I'm going to do Tangleroot 3 and 4, and then I'm going to take my level, and then I'm going to finish Tangleroot, if you want to stick around. Like, I don't know. When I think of bad builds, I think of things that have, like, a recognizable gimmick, and then you have to build around that. So, my gimmick on this character originally was just be hench and mystic. This is what I'm doing. I cast the spells. I have lots of wisdom and dump strength. That was the gimmick of this build. However, what ends up happening is I realized I could get more damage if I use Flameblade. And Flameblade undeniably is going to give me more damage right now than a staff would be giving me, because the staff just doesn't do enough damage. It's okay, it does some damage. Thanks, Turf. See you later. A staff does decent damage, but because the Flameblades scale off of Wisdom, the two-weapon fighting, and they get free damage just for leveling up. So like these blades are going to get more powerful. They get more flaming bursts. They get more effects on them, and I don't have to focus on having a weapon. I'll always have an up-to-date weapon. It's not really that bad.
Let me click on the door real quick. Okay, I'm on War Plans. I don't know which one that is.
Yep, that's the one we're on.
Awesome.
So, I don't know. It's kind of bad, but unless I encounter monsters that are fire resistant, my build actually does more damage than it would be with a quarterstaff. So, like, really the issue is that I'm trying to play a hench and mystic, so I'm killing my ability to stun and among other things. But I like to think of it like I have the gimmick, and the fact that I have Flameblade is to counteract the gimmick. Half-orc is not really the gimmick, but Arty Thrower is kind of the gimmick. Like, if you said half-orc, I mean, I guess take one of those things out of the equation, and that, like, in my mind, and that's, like, your questionable build. It'd be like if I said, I want to play a cleric melee, and I didn't want to have any points in wisdom or charisma. Then you're pretty much just, like, throwing away stats, right? Those things may not be equivalent, but I don't know, I can't come up with a half-orc Arty Thrower, guys. Because the Arcanotech they don't get any benefit from, and Battle Engineer they don't get any benefit from. At least not with the throwing weapons. How would you do that? I mean, I guess it would count as like a plus... They'd get like a +3 on their melee, or on their weapon. So it's not the worst.
You okay getting that one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move on.
Woo. Sorry, I'm just fighting this Hobgoblin Tactician. I want to make sure I take him down. Because he hits really hard, but fortunately, my armor class and my dodge chance is going to keep me alive. In that segment right there. Yeah, half-orc Arty Thrower. I think that's just too bad of a build. I think that's literally like the cusp of bad builds. I don't think I would play that. Largely because I've already played Artificer. Like, if we're going to make some concessions of how to make it better, you could definitely multi-class it with Ranger and get like 6 levels of Ranger so you can pick up many shot for free. Or actually you could just play part Monk, so you could just basically be like a Monk build.
One in there?
Yeah, why not? It's a free chest. You can play like a Monk build, so it'd be like an Arty Monk.
Trap on the inside.
So you use the Arty for like the enchantments and things to your weapon, and you use the Monk for your 10,000 stars and everything like that, so you can use like your wisdom, but then you're being a wisdom based, so I guess that's why you give up the intelligence and the charisma. So you do like a Monk Artificer, use the Artificer to enchant your weapons, and then you have 6 levels of Monk so you can get access to 10,000 stars, and also Storm Stance. But you have to be centered, so you'd have to be wearing no armor or light armor. No armor, because you gotta be centered. But then you'd have to be throwing shurikens, which doesn't do as much damage as hand axes. Like, do you see how it gets more complicated every time I start like adding in a new element? Like, oh, I could add in Monk. Then it gives me more options, but then it takes away. That's why I love this game. Every time I have that moment of like, I'm just like sitting on the bus, or I'm like taking a shower or something, or I'm making breakfast, and all of a sudden I go, oh my god, is that gonna work? And like my brain just starts moving like 10,000 miles a minute. And I'm like, oh wait, you can play a character like this, and you can have this stat, and this stat, and this stat. Ha 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 ha. My favorite part about the game. It's a feeling that very few games can actually capture properly, is the oh my god builds feeling. This game does that
you're
quite
aware, I'm
well.
leaving the traps up for a minute and dragging this stuff through.
Cool. I got evasion. I don't know what my reflex is only 13. Wow. I thought it was higher than that. Sort of. When I make a character for actual D&D, I generally my personal, I wouldn't say view, but the philosophy that I go with is I make a gimmicky character in the sense that I'll be like, oh, well this is like Thogar, and he's a dwarf, but he always wanted to be a dancer. But his parents wouldn't let him, so he's a rebel, and he was trained as like a fighter, and so he took 2 levels of fighter, but he actually really wanted to be a dancer, so, you know, he's, cool, part 4. He's like, oh yeah, he always wanted to be a dancer, so he then started taking levels of Bard to learn interpretive dance, and so he confuses his enemies with interpretive dance, and casts like illusion spells, so that way he can like make copies of himself and things. Like, that would be like the kind of character I would make in like a Dungeons and Dragons game. A dancing dwarf. Like, I have the Eberron campaign book, and playing with it with some friends, I made a bard. Because I really like the bard class. If you couldn't tell by my dwarven bard dancer. I like the bard class. So I made a bard called AC/DC. And he sang, and every time I had him play a bard song, so he'd like, oh, he's singing Inspire Courage right now, I would like whip out, like, I had my laptop next to me, or like a boombox, and I would just start playing like some AC/DC song at the time. So I'd just be like, oh, you know, he's doing Inspire Courage, so I do like Back in Black, and I just thought it was really entertaining. Is it a good thing? No, you get half healing as a bard. Like, you already have lower amounts of healing spells, you know. Oh, cool, I get 3rd level spells at 7. How many spells do I get per day? 0. 0 spells per day. You get 0 spells per day at level 7. You know 1, but you can cast 0. Like, that kind of stuff. Very few spells. So you've already got the lowered charisma, you heal yourself for half. Oh, it was great. I had a lot of fun with that. And that's kind of how I make characters for this game. Like, I feel like I will be taking Flame Blade a lot because I can actually see how it'll enhance other characters. You're talking about, really wish you could load your own sound files for bard songs. That would be cool. Bard does not have one of the best healing spells. In Dungeons and Dragons online, they have Sustaining Song, which is pretty good. Like, Sustaining Song is pretty good. Burn, bitch! And they get heal, but they don't get the best healing spells. In 3.5, anyway. I don't know anything about 4th edition or 5th edition. I know a little bit about Pathfinder, but nothing about 4th or 5th edition. In 3.5, bards do not get the best healing spells. They cap out at Cure Serious. No, I think they get Cure... No, they get Cure Light Mass as a 5th level, I think. Yeah, they get Cure Light Mass. They might also get Cure Moderate Mass, but they do not get like Heal or Heal Mass, which are like way better spells. They don't get Raise Dead, stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that bards don't get. However, there are ways to circumvent that. There's a prestige class in the Complete Arcane. Actually, there's 2 prestige classes. What are their names? One of them is essentially like a hardcore singer, and instead of you basically give up your bardic magic. So after level 10, you stop learning bardic magic, and instead you get more powerful bard songs. So you can heal people with songs, or you can cause like acid clouds with songs and other stuff, or like sonic booms. Really cool concept. And then the opposite was basically like this, like the Starcaller bard, and you gave up your music. For the opposite, you stopped having music, but then you got a new expanded spell list that included all bard spells and all sorcerer wizard spells, and you went all the way up to 9th level spells by level 20. That was a really cool prestige class. Cool, get the chest and run. Yeah, but see, I don't know. I never liked the idea of bards being powerful, you know? Cool, I'm gonna take level 7 now. I'm not a big fan of, like, bards being powerful.
Okay.
Bards are these, like...
Got time for me to go to bed here pretty soon anyway.
Bards are like these goofy dancing singers, and they're these. They're also smooth talkers. You know, talking about it, talking about the ladies. You know, they're the guys that go into the bar. They're so suave and everything. But they realize that's when you realize they don't actually have any money on them. Similar to a rogue, except they actually know how to play guitar. Instead of like faking it and just playing like the chords from Wonderwall. Although that's a good idea. A bard who has like a low perform skill, and all he does is every time he sings a song, he just plays the chords to Wonderwall every single time. That'd be a funny character. They're mostly used for skills since they get so many. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to follow or to know to...
Your dirty laundry group is still up, by the way. Thanks for the group. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for letting me know. See you around, eh?
Take care.
Cool. And now I'm all alone. I'm all alone, team. Oh, it makes me sad. You know, it doesn't make me sad. Taking level 7. So I'm going to go do that right now. Get me some bonus stats. I also got a +4 Helm of Spell Sight for level 6. Wow, that's a really good item. Holy moly, look at that. 4 intelligence and 7 competence bonus to Spell Sight, or Spell Power for level 6s. That's a great item. The problem is I don't think I'm going to play any more intelligence-based characters, especially not intelligence-based casters. So I don't know what to do with that item, but I have it now. I'll probably end up giving it to someone. Usually with stuff like this, I don't like selling things like this out of the game, so I'll just throw it on the auction house for cheap. 4 levels higher. If it makes you feel any better, the same day that I reincarnated, I was level 6. I reincarnated, then I kept playing. Monk Trader. I always lose it. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, perfect. So now we go, and we gotta go with these guys. We /sit. Perfect. Oh, you can't sit while talking to this guy. Unless I can. Perfect. So now we're meditating while we're leveling up. So balance is important. Jump. What am I missing? Oh, Spellcraft. Oops, I need Spellcraft. I need Spellcraft, that's important. So Spellcraft and Concentration. Max out Concentration, putting points in Spellcraft. I forgot to put points into Spellcraft, and I need that. It's the most important stat. 29 Concentration, ladies and gentlemen. Wholeness of Body. Your enlightenment allows you to heal your own wounds. Duration 30 seconds. I don't know what that does. Okay, cool. Wholeness of body. So, in Dungeons & Dragons, pen and paper, wow, 160 key. Look at that. Pen and paper Dungeons & Dragons, wholeness of body's mediocre. I don't know how it is in this game. Ninja Spy? Where do I want to put my enhancements now? I could probably keep leveling up in this tree. But I'll do that later. I want to get the dodge first. There's like 3 points of dodge out of Acrobat right here. I want to get this soon, and then I'll put more points in Ancient Mystic Tree. 3% dodge is like nothing. Is not something like that's bad. It's really good. Because I've talked about this before, but dodge is really overpowered. It's a very difficult mechanic to kind of like nail down. To put it in perspective, so my armor class is 45 right now. That armor class is good now, but when I'm level like 30, 45 armor class is not good. I'll get hit by every single monster. However, I have 13% dodge. 13% dodge now means 13% dodge at level 30. Dodge is really, really good. So, really good. There it is. Combustion. So it's 63 combustion, a little bit more armor class. So now I'm up to 99 fire spell power, ladies and gentlemen. 99 fire spell power. I like that. I really do. Vorpal, Kopesh. Do you have any other items I can use? Death block of spell sight, 8. Death block. That's what I'm talking about. Anything else here? I'm gonna vendor my stuff. Power word kill. I think bards do get power word kill. I have a copy of the 5th edition book. I just haven't really read through it because I got through some of it, and then I'm like, wait, I don't have anybody who's gonna play this with me. So, and then I stopped reading it. I like this flame tongue. I think this is cool. I hope this. I wonder if it looks cool too. It probably does look cool. Oh, does anybody want a mukbane? If you're on Galanda and you want a mukbane, let me know. I'll mail it to you right now. It's free. I don't want it. I don't know what to do with it. I've already given away 2 mukbanes and I can't use another one. Selling items out of the game. Selling items out of the game. Get out of the game, items. I'm selling you. Selling you out of the game. Constitution 3, Protection 3. Cool. Where's this ring? Good. That's going to replace this ring here. Cool. That gives me more life and more armor class. Aztec. Done. There you go, Aztec. Congratulations. You won yourself a brand new car called Mukbane. Da-da-da. Compose. A-Z. T-H-I-C. Aztec. A brand new car. Yeah. I don't know why there's no music here. It makes me sad. Mukbane. Cool. Items are gone, out of my inventory. Pick up my buffs, start up a new group. Today we're doing a group, now we're moving on to level 5 elites. We're going to start off with 3 Barrel Cove. You start off with 3 Barrel Cove because it's the highest XP quests, like, per level in the game. It's so ridiculous. So 3 BC. I'm going to start it with Guard Duty. What is this? Bracers of Sentinel Chain isn't bad. Might be worth grabbing. The Bracers. Maybe. I don't know. My Bracers are really good. Death block of Spell Sight. Also, I don't know how I have 86 empty slots. I have 6 bag slots. I didn't actually buy them. Well, I did buy one. I am level 7. Looking at magic items. Cool. Yeah. I do give stuff away, by the way. If there's an item on here that you're like, man, that's a cool item, I would love to have that on my unique niche character. Please give me that item for my unique niche character. I'll give you that item for your unique niche character, if it's possible. Like if you want this Helm of Spellsight, I probably can't use it. So if you have a character that you need it, since I'm level 7, it would be more like I'd be helping you leveling. And I like helping the community, as I can tell by the giveaways, and I'm very patient when I play with other people, but yeah. Oh, those ones. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Do you know what bonus they give when you're in Ocean Stance, which is probably the only stance I'm ever going to be in? Because I know which ones you're talking about. The or the tick tick or whatever. Let me Google that real quick. Googling that shit. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. Oh, well, fine. I don't need to be included anyway. Whatever. I don't care. You guys can talk to each other. You guys are fine. But yeah, talk to each other. Play. Use this as an opportunity to, meet and play with new people. That's why I like this. I like the streaming because I like talking to you guys, but also I like to share the game and to make it a more fun experience. Oh, God. Here we go. Enlightened. Ocean Stance. Unarmed Vorpal Strikes, which means it's useless. That was the first line, was Unarmed Vorpal Strikes. So it's a totally useless item for me. But I like it, though. Unarmed Vorpal Strikes delivers a poison that paralyzes and inflicts dexterity damage. Dexterity damage and paralysis are saved separately.
Screams and calls to arms rise from the above decks.
Bam! Punching shit. Yeah, punching shit. Flame Blades!
A sudden crash sounds loudly in the adjoining room.
There we go. Now I've got a 30 Wisdom. 30 Wisdom at level 7 is not that bad, by the way. It's pretty good. It's going to get a little bit higher. I'll probably take the Wisdom out of Human Tree right here. I'll also get the Wisdom here. Probably take the Wisdom either here or here. This character's going to have a lot of Wisdom. Be very wise, I'll tell you how to spend all your investments properly. Great advice. Where's the pirate music? The music is turned up so loud, but it's like dead silence under here.
As the door swings open, cannon blasts subside, and you hear the sound of frantic yelling on the deck above.
Ooh.
You've reached the above decks. Another ship has docked next to yours with its gangplank.
Oh, there's the pirate music. No, the lag though. I want to get him. I want to hang him from the mizzen mast. That's what I want to do. Let me hang those guys from the mizzen mast. Mizzen mast.
Pirates are boarding your ship. You're under attack.
I know I'm under attack by Roots rogues. I want to stop the rogues. Let me do it. Oh, champion bugbear. I'm trying to get him, Keem. There we go. Also, because I just leveled up, now I have 7d6 of damage on my burning hands, so now I'm hitting for 72. So it might have the burning hands animation, but it is not burning hands, even though I say that. It is a significantly more powerful effect than ability, which is kind of nice. The damage is actually decent. I just wish there was a way I can make it better. That's why I said it double scales. I'm going to be getting more and more fire spell power, and then I'm also going to be getting more and more base damage. So the scaling, the actual power that I can put into it is just going to keep going up. I expect this ability to be hitting for about 800 when I hit level 20, just from the raw scaling. Oh no! I'm not paying attention. Oh god. Ugh. Critting for 140 right now. Being a melee with full melee capability and then having the option to just be like, whoops, I'm going to throw for 140 is not that bad. Oh no, we lost a sailor. Flower, you're supposed to heal people. God damn it. Look at this guy. The hireling's not healing. She doesn't care. She's like, ah, gotta go hit kobolds for 10 damage, you know what I'm saying? Why would I heal people? Boom, burning hands. 140 damage. That's just cool and satisfying. Again, it would be better if it was actually playing a fire sorcerer, then I was just using an empowered maximized burning hands that was free because it's a spell-like ability. But why would I do that when I can just, do it as a monk with fire swords? Do you get fire swords as a sorcerer? Don't think so. Oh god, so many pirates. Now, I'm not going to be able to use any of the core abilities for a little while, but cool. There we go. Now we can actually just focus and do it the way it's supposed to be done. What is this? Wind Stance gives you jump. Sun Stance gives you 50 healing amp? Are you kidding? Dude, 50 healing amp from Sun Stance. I'm looking at these bracers. That's ridiculous. Mountain Stance gives you extra damage die from on your unarmed attacks. But damn, 50 healing amp. Wow, and it's insight bonus, so it stacks. That is crazy. Welcome, Unknown Fire ×2. You might be the Unknown Fire, but I've got 30 Wisdom, and I am playing as the Known Fire. I'm building this fire personally. It's like a It's taming the inner fire is really what this stream is all about. Come back here with my fire swords. If you like fire, you're gonna love this stream. Any suggestions on where to how to start? It really depends. If you're talking about pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons, so getting a book, reading some rules, and then getting some friends. One thing I would recommend checking out is the Pathfinder Society. Pathfinder's super cool. I like it. I don't like Pathfinder Society. I'm gonna be honest, because it's harder to meet. What I did in the past, or what I have done, is I have met people through Pathfinder Society. The idea with Pathfinder Society is it's a game. It's Dungeons and Dragons because it uses the Pathfinder rule set. But what it allows you to do is allows you to meet other players because it's like a built-in website where people can post their games where it's happening in your city and such, and then you can play with those people. So if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons before, you can get like a starter character and play like a starter game with you and several other people that are in the same city as you. So that way you can actually meet some people that you know in real life and get to begin to develop become part of the community and that kind of thing. However, if that's not what you're talking about, if you mean just like playing Dungeons and Dragons based video games, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna play Neverwinter. That's gonna be a really cool game, right? Don't go play Neverwinter. Don't do it to yourself. Oh my God, Rogue is here. No, it's all ogre now. No, stop killing my pirates. Get off my boat! Oh my God. There's so many guys on this boat. Good, Roog's dead. Yeah, highly recommend. Like I said, the reason I don't like Pathfinder Society is not that it's actually bad. I just don't like it that much because I find a lot of the people that I have met personally in my city through Pathfinder Society have been complete asshats. Because I'm a big fan of like the role-playing aspect of Dungeons and Dragons. I like to make a character that has like a specific thing about them. So I'll be like, oh yeah, well this is, Jimmy Smits, and Jimmy Smits is down on his luck, and so he resorted to pickpocketing and he became a rogue. But then, he reformed himself and became a priest, so he's like a rogue cleric, but even though he reformed himself and became a priest, he's got those habits, and he keeps trying to reach into people's pockets even though he knows he shouldn't. And so he's kind of like a klepto, and he has to battle back and forth with it. And so, because he was battling back and forth, he went to a monastery to try to like focus his training, and he gave up some of his roguish ways, but he spent too much time there and then became like a monk. So you have like a monk, cleric, rogue character. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't even know what the stats are. I don't even care about the stats. I think like that just sounds like a cool and interesting character that I would like to play as, because it's all about the role-playing aspect. So then when somebody's going to do something, or like every time there's something stealing involved, like, oh, we have to go get this from a person, it's like, oh, well, there's like a state that you can build on your own story and have your character become part of the world. That's one of my favorite things about Dungeons & Dragons. I have found that with Pathfinder, the average person that starts playing it is somebody who's played video games for their whole life, because going from video games to Dungeons and Dragons is very common. But if you play World of Warcraft or Dungeons and Dragons Online, most people play for the best characters. You want to have the best character possible. So I want to do the most damage and have the most kills and all that good stuff. That's not what regular Dungeons and Dragons is about. It's not about having the most kills, unless your character is designed around that. They are like an egomaniac maybe, but it's mostly about like the fun and the roleplay and just having a couple beers with your friends and just chilling out. And you'll meet a lot of people, or maybe you might not. Again, my personal experiences don't let it color yours. I just happened to meet some people where they were more focused on their character was basically a video game character, and they cared about the stats. And then they would do something, and I'd be like, "But dude, you're a paladin. You shouldn't do that. Like you just killed an innocent person. You're a paladin. You shouldn't do that." They're like, "Oh, whatever. I don't care," because they don't care about the roleplay. And that's not how I like to do stuff. Alternatively, there are several forums. There's another website called rolld20.net. I can type it in there. I'll do that. Rolld20.net. I believe that's the website. That's a separate website. It's similar. It's bats! Greater cave bats. Do you hear that music? Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna get you, bats. Yeah. Bats. Ugh. This epic fight. Got him. I fucking hate bats. Holy shit. Anyway, that website there, roll20.net, they have a forum where people will host games and things, so you can actually see open games and play with people. That one is an online version. So it's pretty much any rule set that's designed around a 20-sided die. It has built-in dice if you don't happen to have any, if you're not like me, and you don't have... reach over. Oh, what's this? There's a cable here. Oh no, I'm pulling on something. If you don't have one of these, big bag of die, I can't see my screen. So if you don't happen to have a bunch of dice, you can play on Roll-D20, and it's essentially like playing real Dungeons & Dragons. It's cool because you can upload your own tile sets and things. It still leaves a lot to the imagination because you can't load in like three-dimensional things. It's not like this game. If you want to try out Dungeons & Dragons, minus most of the roleplay, but to understand some of the core rule sets and actually see what the game is sort of like, it takes out the roleplay in the sense that you can roleplay your character, but most people aren't because it's a video game. So people are just going to play it and whatever. But it's got an adventure to it. So when I'm walking around in this dungeon here, you can see text come up on the screen. That's the narrator. That would be the dungeon master who's telling me these things, right? He's telling me about my environments because when you're sitting around a table with your friends, you can't actually see the environments that you're in. You know, you have like some guy drawing on graph paper what it looks like, and you kind of have to imagine with your mind. So, for example, when I go down into this water, and I swim over here, the Dungeon Master will say,
A strong current pushes against you.
so even though nothing's really happening, a strong current pushes against me, and down there I can see the current coming at me. Right? So it's like, this gives you an introduction to what Dungeons & Dragons could be, and if you want to be an aspiring Dungeon Master, Dungeons & Dragons Online is a great way to pull inspiration from. This game's got a lot of really cool story elements built into it, but also the way that they tell the story is interesting and has cool dungeons. Highly recommend it. That's right, this is the monk with the druid past life with the flaming scimitars. Pretty good. It's like 13 out of 10. I'd recommend it to everyone. It does a lot of good single target damage, and area effect damage. It's good damage. It's not very survivable, does nothing against oozes. Or fire monsters, but that's not the point. The point is the fun. But yeah, if you did want to get into Dungeons & Dragons and you'd never played before, I highly recommend also checking out the forums of roll20.net. At some point, if I ever get around to it, I could potentially like host a fun Dungeons & Dragons game if I end up finishing my homebrew rule set. I'm just lazy, and by lazy I mean I'm busy playing this game. That's really the only reason why I haven't done it. I'm just like, oh, I should sit down and do that. And then I played Dungeons & Dragons Online. This is like my favorite game, so you should go play it. Go play this game. Go play this game. After you're done watching me. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Watch me, then go play the game. Oh, God, bats. Not again. Epic fight round 2. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to get him. Yeah, man. This is my monk build. So this build, for those of you that just tuned in, this character is using exclusively wisdom. So I'm a monk who does not use strength, I use wisdom. So these swords are the pure incarnation of my will, and as a result, the damage that they deal is based off of my wisdom and my willpower. But because I have so much wisdom and I have these flaming swords, it allows me to do a lot of damage with my Burning Hands ability, Breath of the Fire Dragon. So instead of this being some kind of like wimpy little spell, I can walk over here, clump up these guys, and then I said clump up these guys unless they get stuck on rocks, and then boom, use my Burning Hands for 60 damage, and if it crits, almost 120. Exactly. You have to watch a Strimstream. It's required. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. 2 monitors is the only way to go nowadays. So look, I just hit this guy for 144 with my fire attack at level 7. And that's the cool thing about this monk. Because I'm so spell-oriented, I've got, like, what, 100 fire spell power? I do a lot of damage with my fire spells. It's really nice. Even better, because the damage of these swords is pure fire, this is one of the cool synergies. Monks get an ability called Elemental Words, where they can increase the damage a monster takes from a certain damage type, or a certain elemental damage type. But because Elemental Words increases the damage of fire, 156 and 148? That's what I'm talking about, boys! Damage! because it works on all fire damage, this all-consuming flame, increasing damage by 10% from fire, because my swords are exclusively fire damage, it actually increases the damage of my base melee by 10% on top of all of my abilities. It's very cool. The big problem with this character is if I run into a monster that is immune to fire damage, I do 0 and I can't do anything about that, but that's when you kind of just have to, like, deal with that when you get to it, you know what I'm saying? You cross that bridge when you get there. We don't like to talk about those situations. Besides, I'm playing like a sick-ass monk. Now, at some point in the eventual future, while I fight this stuff, looking at these skill trees, I want to get Incinerating Wave and Cauldron of Flame. I've seen Incinerating Wave before. It's like this weird purple wave. It's very cool looking if you haven't seen it. I'm really hyped to be able to use it. It looks cool. I don't know if it does good damage, but it looks cool. Cauldron of Flame, I don't even know. I've never seen it. I've literally never seen that spell, and I've been playing this game for years. So I'm going to hope I get to see it myself when I get to level 18. And I'm also going to hope it's good. If it's not good, I'm going to cry. And cry. And be sad. And cry. It'll be sad. Besides, I can also do stuff because I'm a monk. I can go Hadouken! And shoot a Hadouken at guys. For like stat 27 damage. And it's never worth it to use the Hadouken. It's never worth it to Hadouken. Like ever. Literally never. Kind of disappointing. But it's cool, though! So. Yeah. Anyways. What time is it? I don't even know. Oh my god, it's 9:40. We're getting close to the end of the stream. Oh god, guys, I'm so sorry. Don't worry, we still have a good 25 minutes left. I'm not going to leave you high and dry. You know? I'm going to finish the job. That's what we do here at the Strimstream. We entertain, and we make sure everybody is happy. By the way, tomorrow, I will likely be streaming for a large portion of the day on my own personal YouTube. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Ice creatures get annihilated by the fire weapons. So when you're doing stuff like, not Forgotten Library, but, what is that level 11 quest? Can I see level 11 quest yet? Level 11 quest? No, only level 10s. The one where you have to rescue all the people in House J. They're being controlled by the Mind Flayers. You have to rescue all the nobles. Anyway, it's full of the Ice Undead. That one's going to be super easy. All of those Ice Flensers. You know what? Ice Flensers. Okay. That's a monster that's in this game. Cool looking monster. These icy demons from another dimension. Super cool. Except they fucking hit you with Polar Ray when you're level 9 for 400 damage and you don't have 400 health because Polar Ray is really overpowered. That's annoying. But I'm going to show them what for. Because when I get there, double fire weapons with only fire-based attacks, yeah, those guys are going to make room. Okay, know what I'm saying? They're going to show me my birth. So that's what I'm talking. Ooh. Adventurers pack. That's what I'm talking about. Also, if you haven't played the Monk yet, one of the most neato things about the Monk, among anything else, is just by taking a few levels of Monk, once you unlock Slowfall, you have that super sick falling animation. Oh, man. I'm just going to show off the falling animation if you haven't seen it. So instead of like holding your arms up and be like, oh no, I'm falling, you go like, huh, click, and you just land on the ground. It's super cool. I love it. Like your character's like, whatever, boom. See, you can say 400 damage Call Lightning, but you see, if you're playing Druid, there's a very high probability, okay, if you're playing Druid, that you're in bear form, because that's just what you would be doing. And you might also have levels of Barbarian, and if you're in bear form and you have levels of Barbarian, you know, I'll tell you something, son. If you can't cast Call Lightning in bear form while a Barbarian, because you're probably raging. In fact, that's not even a probably. At this point, it's now been labeled as a certainty. You're in bear form because you're playing a bear, because you're playing a druid. We just established this. So, like, oh, look at that AoE damage. That's so good. Like, hey, it's not like Warlock good, but it's pretty good. Whoa. Look at the damage. Cook them on down, baby. I don't know. It might not be that good, but it is very satisfying. Because it's a renewable resource, because my key always comes back. Alright. Now I have to get rid of my flaming sword because I have to get shurikens to hit these little target levers. And unfortunately, to get new swords, I have to cast the spell again. Any situation where I have to change weapon is really, really bad for my character because I can only summon swords 3 times per rest. And that includes if I die. If I die 3 times, I don't get access to my flaming swords. So it's almost like 3 deaths or game over. Because you have to restart at the checkpoint, you have to restart the quest to get your swords back. It's kind of like a built-in difficulty setting. I don't understand. If you're level 7, you have bear form. So clearly you'd be in bear form. I can't think of any reasons why you wouldn't be in bear form. Like, is there anybody else in chat that can, like, I don't understand. Do you know what he's talking about? Not being in bear form? Is that even possible? I don't think you can do that. I think once you hit level 2 and you unlock bear form, you start using bear form, right? Even when you hit 6, even if you didn't take bear form, you have bear form at 6. You're guaranteed to have bear form. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Talking about that bear form? It's bear druid. It's the only way you can play druid. There might be other ways to play druid, but that's the way that I play druid. Oh my god. And now we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna throw in some hand wraps. Man, it's raining. I can't see anything. I do like that because it's raining, it actually closes up my field of view. See, it might be it might just be like a weird. Oh, that was a weird visual bug. Get him. Take this, Strinati. Bam. Give me my health back, bastard. Strinati's a black bone, so you can't hit him with any fire damage. That's why I did not conjure my flaming swords to fight him. Cool. But yeah, you might have broke the game. I don't know how you didn't play in bear form. You know? You see all these druids running around? They're like wolf form. See all these druids? Water elemental form? Why would you want to be a water elemental form? I could just blow on you with some wind and then boom, you're going to turn into a puddle. Right? Fire elemental form? I'll just push somebody who's in water form into you and you'll both, like, annihilate and combust. But if you're in bear form, I'm not going to go push a bear. Are you kidding? That's so dangerous. That bear would just maul my face off. I'd have a face and it would just get mauled off. Like the bear would tear both my arms off and then beat me to death with my own arms. That's what the bear would do. You have to recognize the potential that is in bear form. Also this music, though. Arr, mateys. It's time to ascend Rackham's trial. Yeah. Oh, lag. Arr, there be lag in this dungeon. Yar, this trap is too simple for my incredibly wise ways. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of beer. I don't have any rum. Oh, there she blows. Champion off the port side or port bow. Oh god. Fire the cannons. I just like all the pirate related stuff. I don't know how to do a pirate accent or voice, but man, I love the pirate quests. I love those shanty tunes. Don't you guys love that shanty tune? It's like really loud though. It's overpowering everything else. Why is the music so loud? Oh man. I'm gonna smash all the crates. The most fun thing ever. I actually really like smashing crates in this game. I find it like very like therapeutic almost. It's very satisfying to just go around and smash crates. Oh, hold on a second. I need to get my health back, right? So, not meditation. What is it called? Wholeness of body. Can I just do that? Click. What does it do? I'm meditating. Wholeness of body. Heal wounds by focusing. Wow, that's fast. That was like 22 a second. That was healing me really fast. Whoa. Aw, thank you, Protect Identity. I'm glad you're having a good time. I'm having a great time. It might be due to the alcohol. And it might also be due to the fact that I'm using a terrible, terrible character. Is it worth it for buying VIP? All right, well, think about it this way. Let me ask you a couple questions first. Do you play this game at least 3 hours a week? Do you play the game at least 3 hours a week? Because if the answer to that question is yes, it might be worth it to buy VIP. I know 3 hours a week doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're playing 3 hours a week, that means you're playing, on average, about 12 hours in a month. So for $15 of entertainment, for $15 of entertainment, you get about 12 hours worth. That's not too bad of an investment time, right? Think about your regular AAA game. You go out there and you play, I don't know, the new Uncharted game. Great game, but you're not going to play it for like 60 hours. You're going to play it for like 10 hours. If you enjoy the game, $15 for, that kind of time or that amount of entertainment, it's not that bad. It's a pretty good ratio, I would say. For me, it's worth it. I play this game almost exclusively. I do play other games from time to time. A good one that I'm going to be playing at some point soon will be Path of Exile, because the new expansion just came out, and you got to jump into some games when they get their expansions, right? But the benefits that you get from playing VIP are numerous. For starters, because I'm a VIP, I don't have to worry about ever opening a quest on Elite. I open them all on Elite. So if I'm playing with a friend and I'm making a new character, we can still do quests on Elite, even if, it's not like a reincarnated character, so you don't have to do normal, hard, then elite. Now, of course, if you're doing a quest for the first time, I still recommend doing like normal or hard first before you go straight to elite. But if you happen to already know the quest, it just makes it a little bit faster. Additionally, being a VIP is totally pay to convenience in this game. If you're a VIP, you get 10% bonus run speed that stacks with everything. You ever run around through quests and wonder why other people will just outrun you? That's because they're VIPs. That's right. You get 10% run speed that stacks with everything for being a VIP. You also get 15% more experience that applies at the end of a quest. So if we both do a quest, and at the end of all the multipliers, you get 1,000 experience, I get 1,150, because I get an extra 15%. But because it applies at the end. It's not like it's like an extra 15% on the quest, like on the base. It doesn't apply to the base of the quest. So the extra 15% does not apply to this base. It applies to this number here, which is really important because all these other modifiers, the 8, the 10, the 10, that applies to the base. So by being a VIP, it gives you also a little bit more experience. Some people might call that pay to win, which I understand. At the end of the day, really, it's not pay to win, it's more pay to convenience. There's still enough quests in the game to do without repeating 1 to 20 on a third life character. But if you don't want to do that many quests, you get the 15% bonus XP. VIP does not get the expansions, unfortunately. You still have to buy the expansions. You get all the quests except for the quests that are unlocked from Menace of the Underdark, and all of the quests that are unlocked from Conspiracy of the Shadowfell Conspiracy. Burning Hands! However, it also gives you access to stuff like all the non-unlockable classes and races. So half-orcs and half-elves, monks, warlocks, you get those gnomes, you get those all for being a VIP. You don't have to buy those. Favorite souls, artificers, drow, you still have to unlock those. Because those are unlockable. You now have access to the quests that unlock them, so they give you the opportunity to go play those quests. Unlocking Favorite Soul is actually pretty easy. This character is level 7, but I have almost 600 favor. By the time I hit level 13, I'll have about 2,500 because I do all the quests. Because I have access to them all. Again, though, that's partially from having the expansions. So, you gotta buy the expansions. I have given away quite a few. I've given away 4 or 5 Menace of the Underdark expansions. I just don't happen to have any more cash, so I can't give any more away. Although I'd like to do that. I don't know. I think Iconics come with the Shadowfell Conspiracy, but I'm not sure. That's a great question. If somebody else in chat would know, that would be good. I don't know. Because I'm not sure. There should be a list of things on the DDO wiki, though. The DDO wiki, if you don't use that as a resource, when you start playing this game, it's going to be your best friend. Also, let me know if the music's too loud, guys, because it's very loud in my ears, but I don't know if it's too loud and you can't hear me over it. But yeah, the DDO wiki is your non-stop source of information. It's an awesome place to go. I edit it quite frequently to make sure that it's up to date with any kind of bug information and spell information. So for example, I edited a bunch of Barbarian bugs because I was playing Barbarian, so you can see them on there. Wrong button. I'm also going to be adding in a bug for Ranger that was discovered. It turns out if you have Final Strike, the Tier 5 Ranger enhancement, and you turn on Shadow Arrows, as a bug, it gives you 20% extra double shot. So there's 20% double shot that's appearing. Whether it's intentional or not, I have no idea, but it's appearing, and it actually is confirmed working, so. Yeah, if you don't get it, I highly recommend Giant Hold. You can play Giant Hold all the way up until like level 18 or 19.
You hear a metallic clanking from
Giant Hold is also like one of my favorite quest areas in the game. The quests are simple, but some of them have a lot of complexity, like, oh, what's that quest? Like the Crucible. Some people find it very annoying. It's one of my most favorite quests in the entire game. It's complex, you know? It's long, and it's confusing, but it rewards you for, like, thinking about the problems and solving the puzzles. It has puzzles and other crap. It's just a great quest. And it's also, like, 1 billion XP. I can't forget about that. Like, the Crucible is worth, like, 50,000 experience points, so it's really nice. Like, if you like the quest The Pit, you'll love the Crucible. If you don't like the Pit, I don't know why you're playing Dungeons & Dragons Online. I couldn't tell you. The Pit is, like, my favorite quest. Get out of here. Highly recommend Giant Hold. Giant Hold also gives you access to Epic Giant Hold, which is great. It's like a 2-for-1 because you get the Epic area. And you can level completely through your, like, Epic Live using just Giant Hold. Giant Hold is just awesome. Giant Hold. The best pack for epic levels? Giant Hold. Alright, so gotta take the Pirates Challenge. Yar! Oh crap, that was the actual answer? I didn't realize my charisma was high enough. Okay, I'm supposed to answer the wrong thing. So, I gotta go to the prison. If you answer the wrong thing, he sends guys to fight you. The captain gets the same as the rest of the crew, which is clearly wrong. Can't we talk about it? And... perfect. Now I gotta fight all these guys. Oh my god, there's so many robots, guys. Ooh. Yeah, fire damage. Fire damage. So I like Giant Hold. Vault of Night is also really good, and the deserts, the sands are also really good. Whoopsie, I clicked the wrong one. I was supposed to free Meeble. Oh. I'm gonna fight all these dogs anyway. Sorry, Meeble. He gets mauled. My bad. I was not supposed to let Meeble get mauled. I was actually supposed to protect him. I just made a mistake. I was reading chat and I shoved him in the dog pit. Rest in peace, Meeble. You will be forgotten. You get an extra 1,000 XP if you don't make him walk the plank, if you actually save him. So, my bad. I didn't update my quest either. Yeah, if I was to go for quest packs, the ones that are the best value, the Vault of Night is good, Giant Hold is good, the Desert's okay, and if you want the endgame raids, buy the Veil of Twilight. Highly recommend the Veil of Twilight. Yeah. Blade Forged, you have to buy in the store. It kind of sucks that Blade Forged is store only, because the only way to get Blade Forged was to pre-order the Shadowfell Conspiracy. So the Blade Forged is just a DDO store thing. However, if you're like me, and you play the game all the goddamn time, bam! Check it out. Iron Favor, I'm up at 1,800 turbine points. So I started at the beginning of March. I had 100 because I spent them all. So in a month, I've earned about 1,800 just from playing the game. Now this works great for me. I probably dump like 40 hours into this game every week. like as much as I do work, because it's really fun. Dungeons and dragons and monsters and all that good stuff. Did I mention it was my favorite game? I don't think I did. I mean, what other game can you play as a monk who summons fire, like who summons swords made of fire that is pure force of will, and then cuts people up while also throwing out sick Hadouken? That does like no damage, but it looks cool. Yeah, burn, baby, burn. And does all fire damage. Burn. 144, baby. Yeah, there should be a thing that tells you what you get when you go VIP on the DDO wiki. It's very concise. It's updated by lots of very talented, smart, and devoted people. That's the other thing about this game. Generally, the community is very nice. If you catch me on an off day, I might be like be like snappy in chat. But the only thing that really gets to me in this game is when people like don't respond. That's the thing that gets me in this game. Like when I'm playing in a party and like I'm trying to help somebody out, I'm like, "Oh, are you lost? Are you going the wrong way? Can I help you?" And then like somebody like doesn't respond to me, and then later they respond like, "Oh, where am I supposed to go?" I'm like, "Well, I offered you help, and you ignored it." And it's like, rawr. Agree that it should get some form of graphical update? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think it needs a graphical update. A lot of the newer monsters have improved graphics, and the models still look fine. I mean, yeah, it's not like some kind of super high quality 1080, but these swords look pretty good. I really like the look of these swords. Look at that effect. I agree. Taming the Flames would also be pretty good. But you know, I just don't have time to do Taming the Flames today, guys. You know, the stream is going to be over at 10 o'clock, and I'm already probably going to go over my time a little bit, so I don't think I could do Taming the Flames. Don't mean to disappoint, but we'll just have to leave it for another day. Probably off stream. Oh god, this guy's fire resistant. Oh no. Why? Why do these things happen? Oh god. You know what? I'm just gonna let the cleric take care of it. I'm gonna go kill this one over here. Oh, is he weak to lightning? Oh, he's weak to lightning. That's neato. Goodbye, human pirate jerk. I don't know. I don't think the game does need a graphical update. It's because a lot of the newer monsters have really cool graphics. You look at stuff like the Hezru and things like that. Those have awesome looking graphics. I really like the way that the Archons look. I think they're really well designed. I think their graphics are good. They just keep adding new stuff, and I think that's good enough for me. I like getting new stuff. Like, this is not a spoiler, they're adding in a new monster type soon called the Umber Hulk, and the Umber Hulk's gonna be fucking sick. I'm so hyped. New model and everything. I'm very hyped for the Umber Hulks to come out. That's true, but you have to understand what models are you competing with, right? When you come to join, when you're looking at Dungeons & Dragons, Dungeons & Dragons Online is competing with games like World of Warcraft, things like that. These big MMOs where people are having these mass exoduses from. And, oh god, why is my cleric not here? Whatever, I'm just gonna heal myself then. Silly cleric's not gonna heal me. So I mean, I don't know. I agree with you that I wish there was some better design in the early game, like some cooler monsters. The Korthos isn't that bad. Yeah, those monsters are coming to Dungeons & Dragons Online soon. I haven't TR'd a tune, but watched your TR tune. You just tooled around and made a monk druid with flame swords. It's fun to explore. Thanks for sharing. Hey, no problem, man. This character, of course, is not actually a monk druid. It's a pure monk reincarnation, which you understand because you said you haven't TR'd a tune. But yeah, it's really fun if you get the opportunity. I like it. Ha ha. Again, you run into this horrific, awful problem of like, oh no, I can't damage fire creatures. But then again, you can also just swap to a different weapon. Being able to physically cast the spell yourself is a huge upside that you may not think about because I'm limited to 3 uses. If I swap out a weapon to like an adamantine weapon so I can hit a creature and deal damage to it, say like an iron golem or something, which absorbs fire damage and heals from it, of course, I'm kind of limited to that, you know? I can't just like do that willy-nilly. So several quests that involve a lot of golems, that kind of thing. I don't know how this character would handle that, but I'll figure that out as I go along. I do agree with you that there could be some more impressive stuff in Korthos. What I would like to see is, I wouldn't say updated models or graphics, but just kind of like a shifting of some of the models. They have even something as simple as like different types of wolves. Because in Eberron, there's only one type of... There's 2 types of wolves, or 3 types of wolves. Winter wolves, black wolves, and then wolves. But if you go into the Forgotten Realms, there's like spotted wolves. Are spotted wolves the most important thing? No, they're not, but at least they look slightly different. They're kind of neat. So yeah. If you're excited about the new Thumbersulk monster, you should be hyped. I agree. There should be something though that makes it, because they did add like, because with Korthos they did put like a dragon in there, so you felt like you're part of like a bigger story, and they did decent with the story elements, especially because the town is like all snowy, and then you get rid of the storm, and I don't think it's that bad. The Sahaugen also look pretty good. Oh yeah, God, they don't look good. They're so Nintendo, or sorry, PlayStation 2 level graphics. I don't know. It's hard to say. They can't add, the problem is they can't add like really cool, really flashy effects to the low level zones because you're not powerful. The whole point is that your characters grow, right? Like, yeah, I'm fighting pirates right now because that's what you would fight when you're level 7. And then when you get higher level, you start fighting interplanar dimensional demons that shoot fire and breathe acid and punch through walls and have giant wings and eat children for breakfast. And that's like literally when you go to see one, it's like munching on like a child, and it's like 100 feet tall. You know, there's like all these people like, oh, I want to see the Tarascan DDO, and I want to see the Tarascan DDO. That would be an awesome monster if they added that to the game. But, yeah. It's not gonna happen. I kind of wish they added Purple Dragon Knight modeled humans into the earlier parts of the game. So you have different models for humans. I think that would be pretty good. Like how they use the Purple Dragon Knight model all over the place. Like in the Lords of Dust, the Death Knights that you fight are Purple Dragon Knight models. Stuff like that. I think that would be very cool if they added more Purple Dragon Knight models. Because that way you just have some like diversification. It feels kind of silly when you go into a quest like Bringing the Light and there's like 10 guards and every single guard looks identical. I do like that they kind of randomized the facial hair and the actual appearance of the guys, so every single guy you end up fighting has like a different facial hair and stuff like that. I think that's cool, but I agree. There could be a bit more that's done to like entice newer players. I do agree with that. That'd be cool though. I'd like to see more things like that. Umber Hulk is on its way though, so I'll be happy enough with Umber Hulk. Oh man, I've been talking so much for the past few hours. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 o'clock. That's it's gonna be all from me today. I hope you had a super time. I can't believe no one joined my group. What the hell? Like, what the hell? I was doing 3 Barrel Cove. Did they not realize that it's like 16,000 XP per quest? What is this madness? Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you had a good time yourself as well, I would like to invite you, bam, to go follow my own personal channel. It's twitch.tv/StrimTom. It's, oh man, I'm not clicking the wrong thing. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Oh no. Yeah, follow my own personal channel if you'd like to catch more of me. I'm going to link it in chat here. If you're like, damn, I love this guy. I'll probably be streaming at some point tomorrow. You can also follow me on Twitter to get my updates, know when I'm going to be doing stuff. Or if I do come across bugs and things all the time when I'm playing weird characters like Flameblade Monk with Henshin Mystic that nobody plays. So you'll find that on my Twitter feed. And finally, I'm part of the DDO Players Council, and I want to make myself available to players. So I get to have these like kind of insider insights and like, not so much insights, but influence a lot of the things that happen within the actual game. So I get to see what's coming up and give in my thoughts and inputs. If you guys happen to have any thoughts and inputs, not so much with what's coming up, but if you're like, man, there's this really weird bug that I think should be addressed or anything like that, you can always contact me at strimtom@gmail.com, or if you want to send me your nude pics, you can also send them at strimtom@gmail.com. I don't really care. But outside of that, that's going to be it for me today. So thank you guys for your continued love and support, and I will see you guys next week on the Strimstream, where I'll probably still be playing this character, because I doubt I'm going to get 13 levels in a week on this. Oh, man. It's cool, though. Like fire swords? It's pretty cool.